Louder!
And it's time for the Gore N More podcast.
Gonna have a good time.
Gonna have a good
Yeah, we're gonna have a good time.
We're going on now.
A ball break, walking hand in hand in the moonlight. We'll breathe the sweet salt air. I swear we'll never part.
We're going on now.
A ball break, running in the sand, feeling alright.
And what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gore N More podcast. I am your not so mean fluff mess supreme, Big Johnny D, bringing this shit show in as always. However, I do not bring this shit show in alone. For with me as always, what do we got today? Well, let's see. What do we want to call these guys? I mean, we know the Firefly family is crazy as fuck. They're probably country bumpkins in Texas. So fuck it, we're gonna go with fucking suicide or the psychopathic country bumpkins.
Works for me.
There we go. Starting off with the Dark Lord of Knowledge, that Chad Daddy, Mr. Chad Chrisman.
What's up, bitches?
And the host with the ghost, Lord Scuba Cabra, the Duke of the Dead, Mr. Steve Vasquez.
Hola, mi amigos.
Welcome, welcome. Today is October 10th, 2022, and we have a fucking amazing episode today. Probably going to be a little fangirling too hard, where we're going to try to contain ourselves a little as much as we can. At least myself. But no, we are missing Bob today. Unfortunately, he had some work things come up, so he's got to make that money. We all understand that. So, you know, money, it is what it is. But he did send us at least his score. He said he was going to try to send a video. We're not going to cross our fingers because, you know, he's a busy man.
Right.
But we're going to do that. But before we do that, we're going to do what we always do. We're going to talk about what we did last weekend. So, Mr. Vasquez, if you could please, and if you could also pull up our timer.
Oh, I forgot about the timer.
I did not, but I probably should have told you before. That was my
True
bad.
that would have been that would have been something.
That was a
great
my
to bring
bad.
up.
Yeah.
It's a live show. It fucking happens. But
That's called the shit
It's
show.
a shit show. Thank you, Chad.
ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for your
Damn, buddy. Good. You want to keep talking after them pipes, or you need the
You
rest?
know
of them
what?
for a
I
second?
can. I had a pretty good weekend, man. Worked. I ate foods. What else did I do? Oh, I fired up the barbecue pit for the first time, and it was
Nice.
amazing. I got to see Terrifier 2, which was mwah, it was juicy, it was gory, it was goofy. Fucking that movie's a 10 out of 10. I give it a 10, a fucking 10.
That's
I'm
solid.
I'm jealous.
I know,
I
me
fucking
too.
loved it. It was so
Nowhere.
good.
No place around me had it. Like this side of the
You
state
know-
didn't have it.
And the soundtrack was super
Damn.
synth 80s. Like it was like the music in Turbo Kid.
Oh,
the
fuck
whole
yeah,
time.
dude. Sign
Fucking
me
just
up.
Epic. Fucking. And the end was kind of cheesy. It didn't make any sense, but it was okay because I didn't give a fuck. Because they over 2 hours of just fucking stick shit. So it was fucking awesome.
Technically, did the endings in any of the other movies with Terrifier it makes sense though?
Not
All
really.
Hallows
but
Eve did
this,
not at all.
This is a
but-
little bit more far-fetched, magical, you would say. And you're just like, what the fuck? But
Right.
whatever, go on. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. You'll see when you watch it, you'll see what I mean. I fired up, like I said, I fired up the pit for the first time yesterday here at the house, brought my grandma over, we barbecued. It was great. It was good to actually just like walk outside of my backyard and chill.
Nice, dude.
Put up a little bit more Halloween decorations. Found out yesterday, as I was preparing to get ready for, to lay out my clothes and stuff for work in the morning, I decided to text my boss and I was like, hey, do we have work next week? Because it's intercession for school. She's like, no, we're off. And I'm like, well, good fucking thing I text you because I had no idea that we were off. So I've been watching horror movies all day and I'm here with you boys.
Yeah.
Chad Daddy, give it to me, baby. Let me restart this timer.
Nice.
And go.
Yeah, so like you, I had a pretty calm weekend. Let's see, I didn't get a chance to see Terrifier. too, but I did watch the new Hellraiser. I know
Fuck, I didn't even get to watch that. Damn
a
it.
lot of us are divided on it. I enjoyed it. It wasn't anything, mind blowing. It didn't break new ground, but I had a good time with it. But I'll tell you what I did like even more was Werewolf by Night.
Ooh.
Oh,
I did
yes. I
start
forgot about Werewolf by Night.
I did start
That
that. Yes.
make sure you finish. It was amazing, and
Yeah.
I really think that with it being in black and white helped.
Okay.
Yeah.
The black it was just fantastic, really really well done. And let's see, so we watched that. What else did we do? My son, won another soccer game, so he's got one game left, and then the tournament. But so far, his team's in second place, so they're doing really well. Let's see.
Nice.
I also started playing Hot Wheels Unleashed on the PS5, which is a
Nice.
surprisingly fun game.
It's
I'm
a
really
fun game.
enjoying
I
it.
have
It
it on
looks
PC. It's
awesome,
great.
dude.
It's really
great.
fun.
Yeah.
It's free on PlayStation Plus now, so I got that.
Oh,
And
nice.
yeah, and I'm debating getting some of the download packs.
It
I'm
gets
just hoping.
frustrating on some levels, though. Just a fair warning.
All right, I'll keep that in mind. And I decided to take I have two PS4s because
Okay.
the one, like the disc drive, it's really really noisy.
Mm.
So I ended up buying another one a couple years ago. I still have the old one. I hooked it up for my son so he can play it now because he wanted to play Little Nightmares, which for the Switch is $30, but it's included on PlayStation Plus for free. I'm like, why not give it to him for free? So I got my
Nice.
old
Yeah.
PlayStation. He's sitting there playing that. I gave him that. He's got a whole library of games he can play now. And I downloaded Hot Wheels Unleashed for him on that too. So he can play
Nice.
that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hell
So,
yeah.
aside from that, not much is going on. My wife is getting ready to start her new job. Maybe by the end of this week, more than likely the beginning of next. She's gonna be working at the high school,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, she's gonna be helping out. Oh,
Congrats.
hey, thank you. And my time is up. So
Oh, alrighty. So, oh wow, that was weird because there's
that was weird.
siren
That's
going
weird,
on.
Weird siren.
That is a police siren going on. So I did a game con this weekend with my Ghostbuster homies that I am part of, the Ghostbusters Central New York. And as per usual, we were there running a raffle, raising money for the Golisano Children's Hospital, which is the local children's hospital out in Syracuse, which is the biggest city that we're all collectively around, and obviously where the con was. We did great. We got over $300. I'm not going to give the specific, but honestly, we're just raffling off shit that we bring, which is mostly Ghostbusters merch. And we throw some candy in there, and we might have a couple other rando stuff, right? So it's nothing like crazy, and we're only usually ask $1 ticket or 5 for 10. So the fact that we got over $300, I would say that's a pretty fucking solid weekend.
Hell yeah.
I also spent too much money of my own at the con, which is fucking, it is what it is. But the best thing I got some cool shit, most of it for the family, but this is the one cool thing I treated for myself. And this is a game called Cathedral, and is by a company called Premium Edition. And I'm totally fucking shouting them out. And I shouted them out so much this weekend. They came over, took pictures with the Proton packs. They're going to use it for like an upcoming game or something like that. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. So anyways, this is the normal edition, dude. Slide out, nice thick cover, right?
Ooh.
To your classic Nintendo fucking slide out again.
Nice.
Oh shit.
Right?
Nice.
And then wow, this feels weird. This feels different than a Switch. Oh, that's right. Because it comes with the most thickest, delicious, juiciest fucking manual I have seen in 30 fucking years. I almost
Fuck
creamed my
yeah.
jeans, dude.
I haven't seen
And I was
this
like,
since the Genesis era.
bro, and it's fully fucking like art detailed, drawn out. Like, I was like, you don't even want to play the
Wow.
game. You just want to go take a 40-minute poop so you can read this fucking thing.
Oh, the good old days.
That's right. And I know my clock's running out. I am this way.
Keep going.
All right. So the coolest part about all their fucking games is they have a challenge, like achievements in every other game, but this is a legit challenge, and it comes with a card, and it tells you the challenge on the back. So this one is defeat the necromancer. So if I defeat the necromancer in the game and then follow these 3 steps of like taking a picture of that moment, plus with the physical copy of the game, and then you email it, dude, they send you like a patch for the game. And this is for every single game they have. They each have a specific challenge and specific said patch. And I'm like, that's fucking cool. That is
Fuck
just,
yeah.
yeah. So like the one that my wife got, which I think is more like an RPG style, her challenge is when she goes fishing, she has to specifically catch a turtle. And I was like, that, I don't know, dude. Like, I just thought that was cool as hell. All their shits come with thick ass fucking manuals, dude. And then their Uber editions, which are only $20 more, come with the full game soundtrack, shit like that. So it's called Premium Edition, dude. Check them out. They're fucking dope as hell. And I'm probably gonna be spending more money at them coming
I
the
love that you
holidays.
get all that shit, and that's like half the price of a normal Switch game.
Bro.
Yeah.
And that's what his spiel was. He's like, how many AAA Switch titles do you have? I'm like, quite a bit, dude. I'm a huge Mario fan. He's like, fair enough, me too. He goes, do you get disappointed when you open them up and it's just literally the cartridge? I'm like, terribly disappointed. He's like, well, check this out, dude. And he was giving me the spiel, but the problem was I couldn't pay attention to his spiel because I was running my booth. I was solo at the moment. And when I came over, there was nobody. I'm like, cool, I got some time. As soon as I come over there, I got all these people sniffing around with a full money box over there and proton packs and shit. I'm like, And I felt so bad. I'm like, listen, dude, you already sold me. I'm buying that game. Let me be right back. And then, so I totally missed his whole, like, everything was right in front of me on the table. I missed all of that somehow because I was trying to pay attention to what's going on here. So I got home, opened it, and I was just like, oh my God, dude, I was freaking the fuck out. The only negative thing that happened the whole time, and it's nothing on the game's fault, but I got down to the actual Switch cartridge or this, and the wife yanked it out of my hands, ran away, and fucking opened it on me, dude. She stole my thunder. Yeah, I was like, for a gamer, that's like a cock block. Like, I felt cock blocked, dude. I was like, So when I bought her a game, I just kept saying all day, I'm like, I'm gonna open it. She's like, don't you dare! I'm like, I'm fucking open it. You can't stop me.
Nice.
But yeah, dude, if you are into slip covers, man, these guys are your dudes. I fucking love it. Awesome, fucking like cool old school artwork. It's all retro style games too, and they got a new one coming out. And it looked awesome. I was into it all weekend. But it's going to be like the old school, like Friday the 13th style, but more top down, and a crazy, like giant stuffed killer bear chases you. And I was like, yep, I'm all for it. I was like, where's that game? And he's like, it's not out yet. I'm like, fuck. All right. So
yeah, dude, send me a link because I want to check their stuff out.
Bro, I instantly like stalked him on Instagram. I went in the next day and I was like, yo, man, I was like, if you guys got blown up by like 20 likes by some weirdo, that was me. And they're like, no, man, we love hearing that. Like, I pitched it so well. My buddy who was with me, Mike, went over and he bought a game. It was called Robot Called Fight, which was the other one I wanted. And it's kind of like this. This one's like this one's like Shovel Knight, if you ever played Shovel Knight. So it's very Metroid style. The other one is more Metroid Castlevania style, the Metroidvania, whatever they're calling it.
Mm-hmm.
But all the levels are randomly generated, so you'll never get the same shit fucking twice. And I was like, oh, which makes it sound insanely hard because usually those games are already.
Wow.
So yeah, dude, I will definitely sling that to you again, Chatty. But it's just premium edition, dude. Fucking dope ass shit for sure. But we're gonna get into the fucking episode because that is what we're here to talk about today.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh, and it's so good. I'm so happy we're finally doing this after 4 fucking years, dude. But we are covering, Steve, this is your pick, buddy.
It is my pick, and it is one of my fucking favorite movies, hands down, since this movie came out back in 2003. Came out April 11th. We are talking House of a Thousand Corpses. Eve of Halloween.
You just lagged out a little bit there, buddy.
Did I?
Yeah, like when you were yeah. If you want to do it again, by all means. Start right.
All I said was House of a Thousand Corpses. On the eve of Halloween on October 1977, 4 friends, Bill, Jerry, Mary, and Denise, embark on an exciting cross-country road trip to write a guidebook about offbeat roadside attractions in America's less traveled roads. Before long, the young explorers chance upon Captain Spaulding's Museum of Monsters and Madmen, only to become infatuated with the local legend of deranged serial killer, Dr. Satan, and cross paths with Dr. Satan! I was going to say it like that, but it didn't say Satan, so I had to add it. And cross paths with the mysterious hitchhiker, Baby. However, when the unsuspecting group meets Baby's eccentric family after having a flat tire, an endless night of terror, torture, and murder ensues. Has anyone ever got out alive in the House of a Thousand Corpses?
Dun, dun, dun.
Directed by the legend Rob Zombie. The Munsters, The Devil's Rejects. Written by Rob Zombie, Halloween, Lords of Salem. Produced by Andy Gold, The Devil's Rejects, and 31. Since Bobby's not here, John, you want to take it?
Yeah, Johnny.
Fuck yeah, dude. Let me hop into my shizno notes. Sorry, I was still sharing us.
Yeah, I was just doing a test. I put that test in there earlier.
Yeah,
because
I was like,
we had
Oh, there we
seven.
go. Now we got
okay.
some feedback.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Heather's here now. Ben, what's going on, everybody?
I was gonna say we were up to 7 people and nobody was talking, so I was freaking out there.
Maybe they were just really into our slice of life, dude.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right, so we have the lovable and rest in power, Mr. Sighag from Galaxy of Terror, The Devil's Rejects, some shitty vampire movie that I remember from the mid 2000s because of this movie, and so much more. Did you guys ever watch that?
No.
It was like Blood Brothers or something. It was fucking awful, dude.
Dude, he did Night of the Living Dead 3D.
Did 3D, baby? I was just gonna
3D,
say that, dude. Yeah.
Oh,
but he's
such
the man.
a horrible movie.
He's the man. He's the man. And you know what? I get even because we're talking about him. The best part is, for some reason, I missed him at a con, and so my Ghostbusters buddies got me his autograph, but they fucking put it on my
nice.
own picture. So they printed out a picture of my cosplay and had him sign it. And because they wanted to show him my cosplay, and he's like, "That's pretty fucking awesome." I don't know. I think it is kind of funny.
That makes it more special, though.
It does.
Yeah, it is
like,
special as fuck.
Because yeah, he wrote to John Tootie fucking Fruity. So at least I got the man's autographed. I never got to actually meet him in person, unfortunately. I did get to meet Bill Moseley though. That was cool. But speaking of Bill Moseley from Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 and The Devil's Rejects as Otis Driftwood. That's right, I know the last name. Sherry Moon Zombie from The Munsters and Devil's Rejects as Baby Firefly. Karen Black, Trilogy of Terror, Invaders from Mars as Mother Firefly. Chris Hardwick from Talking Dead, Sanjay and Craig as Jerry Goldsmith. Aaron Daniels from The L Word, The Bling Ring as Denise Willis. Jennifer Jostin as from Deep Impact. Not that one. And Maximum Velocity as Mary Knowles. Rainn Wilson, you know him from fucking The Office. And Weird and Al Yankovic story, which we don't know yet because we haven't seen.
Yeah, but I had to put that in there. I'm so excited for that.
I would have put the Meg because I actually enjoyed.
I forgot he was in the Meg.
He was in the Meg.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't even look up his stuff. I just I know him from The Office.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not like you had to, dude.
Yeah, he's from The Office. Like, come on.
Exactly. As Bill Hudley, Walton Goggins from Predators, Ant-Man and Wasp, as Steve Nash. Tom Towles from Night of Living Dead and The Devil's Rejects as Deputy George Wydell.
I had to add Tom Towles in there just because Tom Towles because of the fucking story from Steel City Comic. Go ahead, I'll tell it later.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love this. I love the
Okay, I may as well just tell.
Go ahead.
Okay,
yeah, we're on the Wydells.
Yeah, well. it was when we did the promotion for Friday the 13th Vengeance, and me and TJ and Mr. Corey Kaufman were standing around talking. They had gotten Kane's autograph already, and talked about how they were talking to him. He was carrying on a conversation. He kept saying that Kaufman reminded him of somebody, and he couldn't remember who it was. So they come back, and we go into the Friday the 13th panel. And Kane's just sitting there. He's answering a question, and he looks over. He sees Kaufman in the audience, and he stands up. Tom Towles! That's who you remind me of. It's Tom fucking Towles.
Yeah, I could totally see that, dude.
Yeah.
That was the best part of that whole panel was him
That's
just
awesome.
pointing out Kaufman, saying he looks like Tom Towles.
Kaufman needs to cosplay fucking Deputy Wydell.
That would be fucking fantastic, dude. Yes. All right, Matthew McGrory from The Dead Hate the Living and Bubble Boy as Tiny, and Robert Allen Mooks from Westworld and Last American Horror Show as Rufus.
Yeah,
Daddy.
We have got music by Scott Humphrey, who did Idle Hands, and of course Rob Zombie himself. Don't need to talk about what he's done. We know all about his music. Cinematography by Alex Pappas, who did Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, and Tom Richmond, who did one of our favorites, Chopping Mall and Waking the Dead.
Waking the Dead. I feel like I've actually seen that.
I want to say that's Nicolas Cage movie where he's like an ambulance driver.
Oh, That was actually a good movie. I like that one.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That was like late 90s, right?
Mhm.
98, 99, I feel. Huh.
Sounds about
Cool.
right. Okay. Edited
Yeah.
by Catherine Himoff, Killing Zoe and The Strain, and also Robert K. Lambert, The Final Countdown and Bulletproof Monk, which is a very, very underrated movie.
I have never seen Bulletproof Monk.
It's really cool.
All right.
And also Sean Lambert, The Larry Sanders Show and Freaks and Geeks.
Ooh.
Let's see. Effects and makeup by Michael Deek, The Guyver, Tales from the Hood. Distributed by Lionsgate Films. Runtime of 89 minutes. Rated R. Budget of $7 million, and it actually grossed $16.8 million, so it didn't do too bad.
All right. Gentlemen, let's discuss this bitch.
I fucking love this movie so goddamn much from the very first time that I saw this movie. And I remember when it first came out, people were like, oh, he ripped off Texas Chainsaw Massacre, blah, 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 this and that. This is nothing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, except for the fact that there's a crazy fucking family.
In Texas. That's it. That's it.
In Texas. Yeah. But hey, we're Texas. We have fucking crazy.
Texas is big, dude.
That's just how it is.
Texas
That's
is
just
big.
how it is.
There's a lot of people.
And I was very, very disappointed to find out that Rugsville is not a real town in Texas because I looked it up. I looked it up because I was like, I'm going. I'm fucking
Steve's
going.
Steve's going to go find the legend of Dr. Satan.
I'm going to go find Dr. Satan. He doesn't. There's no Rugsville. It was made up for the movie. But, I mean, I just, from the get, the only one thing that I wish they wouldn't have given us was that Spaulding was a murderer from the get-go. You know, I wish that they would have just held that from us. But, I mean, it works so fucking well because...
I'm going to disagree with that. I loved it. I think
no, I love it. I do. But I just, you know, because in every movie, I just feel like that's what was different about this movie is they let you know right away, this was not a good dude. So when he came at the end and he was the knight in shining armor, you knew she was fucked already.
Well, you know? It was kind of one of, but here's the thing. It was questionable. Not obviously the 50th time watching it, but the first time, only because technically he's defending himself from dudes who came in and held him at gunpoint first.
Yeah, right. True.
So, you know what I mean? Like, and yes, even though he's the gas station, it's the idea is he's the gas station in Texas Chainsaw because he leads them to go where baby's gonna be and blah 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 blah. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like he is the setup, but it's I feel like at least they leave it a little ambiguous with that idea. You know what I mean? Because go ahead.
But the thing is, he tried to steer them away from looking for this place.
He really did. He was like, you don't fucking want to go. He's like, fine, because he kept pushing them, and that's why he's like, you know what? Fuck you.
So he wasn't really herding them towards baby. They kind of pushed him into it.
He was just trying to sell his fried chicken in the murder ride. I mean,
you know what? Honestly, he was probably just pissed that he just had to mop up the fucking floor because of those assholes. But I love the fact that we still get that in-scene transition to them just literally, like, they literally are showing up as he's literally finishing up mopping. Like, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Motherfucker got blood over my best clown suit. So, all right, I'm with Scoobs, man. This movie, ever since I saw it, I loved it. And it's straight up balls to the wall. This movie is bananas. I'm not even going to deny that it's not. There's so much shit in this that is like confusing and wonky and has nothing to do with the actual main plot by any fucking means because there was a lot of rewrites and a lot of editing and other shit, which I'm sure Chad probably has in his behind the scenes. But apologize. I mean, dude, you even get a little snippet of a thing about a skunk ape.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's supposed to do with the movie.
But that was supposed to be was supposed to be a whole extra story in the movie tied in to the whole thing. And there was just like, and for anybody who knows and for anybody who doesn't, Rob Zombie even said, because most people will say their favorite out of all of these is Devil's Rejects. Because as a movie, it's probably way more solid of a movie. I will even admit to that.
Yeah.
I, however, still like this better because of the chaotic mess that it is. Like, I mean, it's just my...
Yeah, but I mean, Rejects is such a different...
It is. It's a way different vibe.
Family.
Dude. Like,
yeah, you know, it's like, it's almost like those memes that you see on Facebook where it's like September 30th, October 1st. And, you know, September 30th, they're all nice and pure. And then October 1st, they're all fucking crazy and shit. It's kind of like that reversed. You know what I mean? Because this was Halloween night.
I think, believe it or not, I've never seen Devil's Rejects because of how different it is from House of a Thousand
So-
Corpses.
It's good.
It's a fantastic movie, Chad. And
So many people have talked up. I'm afraid I'd be disappointed. Though.
no, and that's fine. And okay, like I said, as a movie, like if you're looking at it as just like a normal film critic, Rejects is more solidly done.
Yeah.
It's more solidly shot, written, just 109 yards. You don't get, you know what I mean? This one's like an acid trip, which I'm all for.
Yes. Yes.
Like, but staying on topic with this one, what I liked about this one is them in their own element. You know what I mean? The second one is cool because it's a weird thing where it's the killer's on the run. It's not.
It's
where
the
this is
hunters
like-
being the hunted in the second
That's the
one.
second
Yeah.
one, where this one is straight up like this is them in their element, in their house, doing what they do best and just generalized fuckery on their part. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's their world. It's their twisted world, and they
Yeah.
get to do whatever the fuck they want. And what gets me about this film is the way Bill Moseley just fucking like a lot of people compared yes, they're crazy. They're just like crazy. You're like, what the fuck are you talking about? But they make sense. They don't make sense, but they do make sense. But a lot of people compare his character.
You ever fucking work?
A lot of people compared his character to Chop Top. They're nothing alike. They're nothing alike at all.
That's only because it's Bill Moseley, and he's using his voice. That's Bill Moseley. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, this whole family is just so fucked up. And even when you think that, okay, well, maybe this one could be nice, they're just fucked. And I think honestly, the nicest member of the Firefly family
Tiny.
is probably Hugo.
Tiny.
Well, Grandpa Hugo though, he didn't kill anybody.
True.
That we know of. He
No,
might have
no,
just
no.
been out of the game and like not give a shit anymore.
He is the only member. I did some research yesterday.
Oh, really?
He is the only member of the Firefly family. I can't say that fucking word.
Right.
That never killed anybody. He just looked the other way, let them do whatever the fuck they wanted.
So okay, it's still staying on topic, but like I know there's like random side bit for like information behind. Is technically Otis not actually a member of the family? Like he's a drifter, right?
Otis was adopted
Yeah. Okay, that's
illegally as a child by Mother Firefly and was raised in the family.
Okay.
So he's technically not blood related to the family.
Okay,
but-
so I read something way different, but I remember this was years ago.
Yeah.
And there was like some back thing where like he was actually like, because it was supposed to be like his last name was Driftwood and it was supposed to be along the lines of Drifter because that's what he was. But then because like he was a psychopathic drifter, he melded with the Firefly family. So they almost like took him in as an adopted son. But maybe, I don't know. I don't know if that was specifically from Zombie himself or some other bullshit.
Yeah,
fan
no.
film
What
shit.
I read yesterday was that he was adopted at a young age, and he blended in so well with the fucking family.
She liked that he was albino.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, was he supposed to be albino? Because I never picked
He
up
was
on that
albino,
before.
and that
So-
was another comparison to Chop Top because Chop Top was also an albino.
Yeah. And I think that's why in Rejects they didn't make him an albino.
Well, they didn't make him an albino in Rejects because the film was so different. He would have seemed out of place,
Well, and it probably would have looked really weird against the desert.
and it would have looked
backdrops.
in the lighting. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Yeah, it would have
Yeah.
looked really fucking weird.
So, Chad, what was the first time when you watched this movie? What was that like? Obviously, this was not your first time.
I did not know what to expect the first time I saw it. And I remember, and before I'd seen it, I knew that the bootleg was out there because it had been getting like along the convention circuits. I'd seen it when the one year I went to Pittsburgh Comic Con before it was Steel City Con, and I was that close to buying it, and I should have. And if I'm not mistaken, what year did Jason X come out? What year did Jason X come out?
2000.
Okay, so
'Cause what?
No, I don't think that. I remember seeing because I remember Jason X was also on the.
I'm
bootleg.
pretty sure Jason X was 2000, but let me check that up.
That was the first movie I ever bootlegged. Was Jason X.
But
Really?
yeah, but I'm just saying, this was another movie where they filmed it and it sat on the shelf a couple years and it got around.
Yes.
people-
Oh, I'm sorry. Jason X was actually 01.
Okay, so they might have been both been bootlegged for a while,
Okay.
right around the same time. But and I almost bought it, and I wish I would have. And I'd spent a good amount of time today trying to find the extended cut of this, and it just does not
It
seem to
does not
exist
exist.
anymore.
It does not exist anymore. The original version of this film that had a completely different ending was shown one time in Brazil,
Hmm.
and that is what the bootleg copy was of.
That's what I thought, and I'm
Cannot
thinking I'm
you
killing myself for not getting that.
yeah,
So the
you
bootleg
cannot find that
copy,
son of a bitch anywhere.
I think. So what I'm reading here is the bootleg copy looked like it was in circulation around 2002. So, but no, you said you saw it before that though with Jason X, which would be 2001. So yeah, you must have saw it around like 2000 then, buddy.
I think so.
You saw both. All right.
I want to say I saw them together, but it could have been one year and one the next. But I'm
So did you see this in theaters? Like I
no,
didn't.
no, no.
I did not
I didn't see it
theaters,
until
like,
my first time watching it was on the Kick-Ass DVD that I actually watched it on today. By
Yep.
the way,
Yes.
Mhm.
That
Dude, and you know what? The best part is the wife had it loaded up on HBO Max, and I was like, no,
nope.
I'm going to get my DVD.
yeah,
She's
because
like,
you can't
"Why?"
skip
I'm like,
that intro.
because we are watching. We're just watching all the fucking like everything they shot. Like I went through all the menus after the fact too. Like, how did anybody time how long Sid Haig's spiel is on that by chance?
I didn't
I didn't.
even
I
know
think
how to pay
I'm
attention.
pretty sure it goes a solid like 4 minutes,
Sounds about right.
which is like insane if you think about literally just staring there at a DVD menu and having it talk to you the whole time.
But it's so great because
Oh, it is
I remember falling asleep. Like I remember like putting the movie on, falling asleep, and waking up, and the menus just fucking like playing
Looping.
still, and I'm like, yeah, and just fucking go back to sleep.
Oh man. So the first time I showed this to a dude at work one time, he didn't know anything about that. So I was like, yo, we were all done. We were just gonna load up a movie while we were waiting just for time to pass. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna load this up, go take a piss, I'll be right back. So I went, and then he saw the ring bell for service. He's like, oh, I figured that's how you had to start it. So I did it. And he's like, motherfucker started talking to me, dude. He's like, I thought I started like tripping balls or something. Like I was huffing propane. And he's like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, no, it's supposed to do that. I'm like, he's like, that was,
By the
he's
way,
like, I've never
Brody
seen
just brought up
anything
one of-
like that.
Brody brought
fuck
up one of
the
my
stump.
favorite little extras on
Oh yeah.
one of the better extras is them just telling knock knock jokes, and the answer is always tiny
Yeah.
fuck the stump.
Tiny fuck the stump.
Tiny fuck the stump. Yep. So I like I said, man, this movie's a straight acid trip, but I love it because like there is a solid story, but it feels. I mean, this is obviously Rob Zombie's like first directorial debut, whatever. But it definitely feels like. I mean, obviously he did music videos, but it feels very music video-esque in parts.
Yeah.
It does, and that was
Probably intentional, obviously. Like
I had to take
Maybe
my geek blinders off for this to be a little bit more critical of it, and I
yeah,
think
yeah,
that-
it is.
and a lot of like the little cutaways like that really hurt the movie to me. That brought my score down a little bit.
And you know what? Like, it all depends on you going in. Like, if you're going in and you don't like stuff like that, yeah, I could definitely see where this is just going to be like, that's going to be a complete turnoff for the movie. You're not going to be able to pay attention to the main storyline because it just keeps throwing
Yeah,
random
cutting away.
imagery. And
It did
flashing
the
and
little
shit.
cutaways did distract it a bit for me.
I think my ADHD just keeps me on point with that. Dude.
Yeah,
So
that
I
yeah,
could-
just,
that
same,
could be.
same,
That could
same.
be.
Because I'm like, yeah, sidebar.
yeah, like
But I did-
distracting
I did.
images. Ah.
Unlike
Titties, black and white titties.
Unlike Hellraiser, where I didn't give a shit what happened to any of the main characters, these main characters were kind of douchey, but I did kind of care about what happened to them.
You know what?
Yeah,
I
they
don't think
built
they
so
were.
good.
I honestly only think the one girlfriend was a cunt.
Oh
and
my
I
god,
think
Mary!
the rest of them
Yep.
were fine.
She was
Now, okay.
definitely a cunt.
Here's my question.
her.
Here's my Scuba Steve's question
Yeah.
for the podcast. Okay, so in that scene where Baby's doing her little dance and singing
Yeah.
and shit, if Mary had never pushed her off, I know they were gonna kill them.
I think I think it was inevitable because
But,
Rufus
I
shot
mean,
their
they were-
tire out for God's
They
sake.
were just gonna fuck with him a little bit more. Like, I would assume. I don't think it would have been right away.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Rufus busted through that door instantaneously fast as soon as that shit was about to happen. So
But I feel like he was waiting, like he might have been like waiting outside the door listening.
that's what
He
I'm thinking.
heard
Yeah,
shit
that's
was
yeah.
going on.
right. So
and
then it was just
"Get
like
the fuck
boom,
out.
cars
It's time for you
gone.
to die.
It's funny because when Steve asked that was the thought that I had as soon as that scene was playing out too. It was like, would that have really happened? And I'm like, Well, they did shoot the tire out, so I think they were going to kill them regardless.
And they were, I mean, and Otis and fucking Tiny were already standing out there
Yeah.
like the scarecrows anyways.
Mhm.
Right.
So-
So they were all set up for that whenever they were ready to leave.
But here's my thing. Why the fuck did he park so far away from the fucking gate when he's like, I gotta open the gate? And he was like fucking 20 feet away, 30 feet away from the fucking gate.
You know, here's my thing, dude. Crash the gate. That's all I would do. I wouldn't care, dude. I
They
honestly
just tried
wouldn't
to
care.
fucking kill you. Like they pulled a knife on you. Fuck this family. Crash the gate. Let's fucking go.
That's
Like,
and especially like when, and I'm not saying like you're trying to like run over your homie or like, you know what I mean, like leave him and thing, but at the same time, like you
the
think
girl
one of the
jumped in the
girls,
front seat and took it off.
right?
Yep.
Right.
Thank you.
Like
I thought the same
You
shit.
literally sat there in fear and just allowed that shit to happen because you didn't even
And bro,
try.
This was 1977. That car would have fucking plowed right through that.
Yeah,
fucking
dude, that
gate.
thing was not aluminum fucking like shit is
Yeah.
nowadays. where it's
Yeah,
just
that was
plastic
good
and
old
crap.
U.S. steel right there, buddy.
Fucking
Mhm.
A, dude.
But I mean,
It's-
even from that point on, when they started fucking with them, and I love the little cutaway scene when they have Bill. Was it Bill? Bill, the one they turned into Fish Boy.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go.
So that I just wish we would have seen more of them.
Oh, when
actually,
they were playing Brick House?
yes. Like I wish we would have seen more, and unfortunately,
We
that
would
was
have.
one of the things that they fucking deleted. But I love that Otis is the one who makes these sideshow attractions for Captain
So-
Spaulding.
Here's my question on that, and I could be way wrong because obviously, like you said, we did get more. But was Rainn Wilson a big name at this point, or no? Was he still kind of under? I feel like he was kind of
he was still
underground
unknown.
Okay,
The Office was still, I think, 2 years away.
right.
Which
But I
that's
didn't- I
2 years
couldn't
from when this is released, so it would have been even longer.
I
from when they
couldn't
filmed.
remember if he was anything like he was still kind of ish big from anything else because
No.
I was wondering why. Like, I was wondering if that was the reason why they offed him so fast. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
maybe
'cause
he
I
had the
don't-
bigger the name and just like because like Chris
I don't
Hardwick,
remember who is.
he's big amongst nerds. But
Right.
if you're
Well,
not,
not
a
just
nerd,
that. Not just that. He had done that fucking dating show with Jenny McCarthy on MTV.
oh my god,
Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
Singled
what I
Out.
remember
That's
him
where
from.
Yeah,
Singled Out. Yeah. So that's where I knew
Holy
him
fuck.
from.
I forgot about that.
Was, and I'm like, oh shit, it's the dude from Singled Out. Fuck
I
yeah,
did
let's go.
not pay attention to Chris Hardwick on that show. I'm sorry. So that's
Well,
probably.
I mean,
why
neither did
didn't
I.
realize-
Understandable.
I mean,
Yeah, I was gonna say probably why I didn't really know it was him. Young.
Oh,
Crazy,
Brody,
not
Steve, why you
political.
steal my work. Sorry,
Jenny
Brody.
McCarthy.
I know you worked on House of a Thousand Corpses. Sorry, Brody.
Mhm.
I'm surprised we're not being asked to take this down.
Ha!
Inside
Okay, you're
inside
gonna
joke,
have to
guys,
go into
inside
you're gonna
joke.
have to go into detail on this at some point.
You
'cause
have to listen. Okay, you have to listen to the latest episode of the Recycled Corn podcast, and you will understand all.
Perfect plug.
All right.
We
Love
did
it.
it.
Nice-
We
nice
did
plug.
an episode. We did an episode on pathological liars.
Oh god.
Ooh.
Yes, and there's somebody on my Facebook who claims to be a creator.
Was that the one that you were? Is that the one that you were arguing with yesterday?
Yes.
I think. I see half
No,
of
no,
those
no.
comments are gone now.
No. This is different.
Oh, okay.
I had posted okay, so I met this person because he said he was the digital producer for Candyman. And I was like,
Okay,
oh, cool. Met him in a group. I was like, cool. He added me on Facebook. I was like, hey, that's just another link in the horror community that I have. Come to find out, this dude's full of shit. Went to his Facebook. He says he created Amazon Prime. He created Disney Plus. He created HBO Max. So now he's saying that he created Wakanda Forever. This dude has nothing to do with nothing. He's stealing credit for work that has nothing to do with him. But we'll talk. Yeah, that's not this podcast. Listen to the
No.
Recycle Corn podcast, and you will hear me vent
There you
all
go.
about it, baby.
Well,
Also
I
on
mean,
Project Louder.
if he invented all that stuff, then that dude must be super rich by now.
He's not.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen some of his Photoshop works, and they're trash. But back
mean,
to
it
a House of a
happens. It
Thousand
happens.
Corpses, baby. The good thing that we're talking about.
Yeah,
Who was your favorite? Like, I know, like, we don't really do like. Oh, we do favorite character, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like everybody, I just loved everybody in this movie. There wasn't anybody bad in this movie,
No.
acting wise.
And honestly, I even Some people might rag on it, but there's a lot of the cinematography I really enjoyed. One of my
Yeah.
favorite scenes, which we will, obviously I'll bring up again, but it's the long, drawn out, pull out shot
Of the gun.
of the
20
gun with
seconds.
Otis.
20
Dude,
second.
That's yep.
and every
Oh,
single time I watch it, I still fake myself out of when I think it's gonna fucking happen, and I don't know
20
why.
seconds.
And I even my wife, she's like, the first time we watched this, she's like, I thought the DVD fucked up, and it was like paused or something, and then it finally was like the. I'm like, no, that's the best part. The music ends, and it's just that dead silent awkwardness.
Dude, that was
I'm
my
like,
favorite scene. Spoiler alert,
And,
that's
you
my
know, and
favorite
I
scene.
feel
I know.
bad.
It's
You're just
100
on edge. You're just sitting there waiting for it to happen.
Dude.
It's like fucking Pop Goes the Weasel. You're just
But
But
waiting,
you know,
waiting,
I
waiting.
feel
Not
so
even-
bad. I feel
Go
so
ahead, go
bad for the actor that had his face in the puddle of water during that fucking scene because it took so damn long. And so I'm watching and I'm looking and I'm like, dude, that sucks. That's gotta suck. Like, how long
Well,
did they actually do
they
it before
obviously-
they edited it though?
Obviously, they slowed it down
Mhm.
for that. So I'm assuming it probably could have been easily just like a quick, like 30-second, like, but they slowed, you know what I mean? Like, or even
Yeah.
if it was that 20-second, but they slowed it even longer for that. Brody would obviously be the man to talk to about that one. But no, I'm with you, Chad. And not to jump ahead, like, that was one of the most perfect songs you could have had with that scene. And that whole scene, oh my God, dude, that's like
This
the
whole
one that
soundtrack's
sticks to
great,
my
too.
head. Oh,
Mhm.
Yeah, this whole
absolutely. dude.
soundtrack's great. I had
Like-
it and I used to play it over and over and over. It's
I mean-
such a good soundtrack.
And it's one of those ones where it's like, it's imagery gets stuck in my head with the music. So every
Yeah.
time, obviously, I hear the song Pussy Lickers, I think of Sherry Moon's ass. Because-
How can you
Yeah.
not?
And I also think of Goober.
I think of
But-
Goober.
Nick
Jack
Jerry
Ritchie
over. The new guy put an extra O in there, made it Goober.
Asshole.
I fucking love Goober, dude. He's like the only guy that got away alive that just like they didn't really care. Well, I'm afraid the damage is quite severe.
Do you think what was his name?
What's one? Good guy, bad guy? What
The
are we
little
talking?
guy at the beginning.
Oh, Spalding's partner with the
No.
Oh no, his buddy in the
one that was in
With
the
with
shitter.
autographs. Yeah, the one with the, like, was he in on it? I mean, because he didn't really.
No, I
flinch
just-
with
I don't think he
fucking-
was. I think he was just like
I think
a
he's just
local-
I
to
think
hang
he's
out
just
there.
he's a local yokel.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just one of those old dudes that's hanging out with Spalding because he's an old dude. And yeah. Fuck it, dude. He was actually a great little character too, for as
He
little as he was
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
Just fucking hey,
his
you little
stories were
dickwit.
great.
Yeah, right.
Little dick quick.
So-
say this prick.
So cinematography is great. I mean, the acting was fucking great. The people looked disgusting. So like costumes and everything. Like Mama Firefly just looked gross. Her teeth and
I'd
everything.
bang her.
Like,
Yeah,
I would
fuck,
too. I
I'd
would.
have banged
dude,
her. I'd have banged her and baby.
I'm
Like,
just like Chris
you
Hardwick.
gonna flirt with me? Here's my
yeah, right.
dick.
She was very seductive. Like
Yeah.
no
I loved
joke.
how like when she came out though, baby was just like, because she knew she was just like, "Oh, man, mom's coming out with her tits again. Jesus Christ.
Yep.
But no, I just like I said, this movie, it's so bananas. You got the skunk ape shit. You got the random dude, like the apocalyptic dude with the shotgun, just having his little rant in front of his shack. I
That
love
dude was talking so fast I couldn't understand what he was saying though.
He was talking about
Yeah,
the
it's-
end of times.
Yep. He's talking about, it was just personally, I love the murder ride. I always want to go on it. Like I
wish it was real.
So they made a pop-up one time somewhere, and I wanted to get to it so bad, but obviously I had a young child that was never gonna happen. But was the mom
Yes,
the
Ben.
chick from Police Academy? Yes.
Yes.
Just with
Yes, she was.
some nastier teeth and everything. Obviously, we had a different Mama
Wait, no,
Firefly.
that's in part two. Part two.
Oh
She's
yeah, because
the-
that was
in
a
part
different
two.
one. Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah. Part two.
I think this one passed away in between, right?
No. She
No.
didn't. She only died a few years ago.
Oh, is that what it was?
It was after Devil's Rejects, but and it's in my notes. They say she didn't replay her because of a money dispute, and I thought it was more than that. I thought she wanted a bigger role.
I thought that was too, but I don't know. But
C'est la vie.
continued discussing with this, I will say this for me is top 5 Halloween evening throw.
Oh
on.
yeah.
Oh yeah, this is a really
Usually
good
throw
movie.
this on.
Usually for me personally, end of the night. This is the last like coup de grace. I'm like, this is the one where it's like, because you start out with Halloween, and then you throw a couple like mids in the middle, and then you got to end it on a good one too. So
That's understood. Hey, I always ended mine on Texas Chainsaw, so we're pretty similar right there.
oh, there you go, nice. I mean, I also would throw in there Trick or Treat because that's a personal
Yes.
favorite of mine too.
That's a
so
good
that
one.
could go either way.
All Hallows Eve also
That's
for me.
yeah.
I still haven't seen that one. I still haven't seen that.
That one is because it's also an anthology. I will say 2 out of the 4 stories for me hit it well. The other 2 are kind of meh.
The other 2 were they were kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like the
But, like-
alien one was.
Yeah, that was meh. The Devil in the Sewer was cool. Arts was cool, and I don't even
Well,
fucking even remember
The Devil in
last
the
one.
Sewer. The Devil in the Sewer is actually the first short film that Art the Clown was ever in, which is The Ninth Circle.
Yep.
So that whole first little
Yeah, that shit was
movie.
Maybe maybe we'll throw that in sometime, dude. If you've never seen that Chad Daddy, I would love to review it. It's a fun movie. And I mean, we didn't get to review Terrifier, so that might be in our redo Redux editions coming up.
We've been
soon.
it's been under discussion.
Hell yeah.
Going
You know
back
what?
in time.
I was thinking we should just call those episodes Reloaded.
Gore N More
recast,
Reloaded.
Yeah.
So if obviously up for discussion and debate.
I do have our picks written down, by the way.
Nice.
But of course, it's in my little notebook. It's downstairs, so
Right.
I can't bring up what they are anyway.
Right. So
even if I wanted to.
we can't talk past scores or anything like that tonight. Is there anything else you gentlemen want to discuss before we move it on to the DKB? I mean, obviously we all love this movie.
I would love to hear what he has.
Yeah, let's hear what Brody has to say. Because I mean, we obviously love the fuck out of this movie. So let's hear what Brody has to say.
Yeah, and I'm very, especially with Brody coming with like, Brody's got like the film background and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people will shit on this movie. And I don't know if they just don't like Rob Zombie, if the movie itself doesn't hit it, which is fine.
Rob Zombie himself will even shit on this movie.
Oh no,
it's funny because he says he understands why it has such a cult following. He says, and it's in my notes. He's like, I see it and I just see flaw after flaw after flaw.
Well, that's fine because as somebody anybody who does their own work and wants to always get better, you're always going to try to be perfectionist with your own shit, and you're always going to get better. You know what I mean? If you continually work at your craft, you're going to improve. So like that's why. And he even said it going into Rejects. He goes, Rejects was so much better of a film in even his own eye because he had less of a budget. So he had to really think around tight corners and really keep things like constrained with it. And so, yeah, Brody says he loves this film. So you know what? That's good enough for me. We're jumping right into what this fucker says.
Roll that beautiful bean for
All
you.
right. Yeah, but oh man, we haven't heard that in a minute. Woo!
Yeah.
Oh, that took me back. That's like season 2 shit right there.
Well, howdy fucking doody there, folks. It's your DKB here, back for another episode of Gore N More, and this week I'm here to talk to you about Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. Let me just start off by saying how much I really, really fucking love this movie. I mean, it was a film that I used to chuck on back on all the time in the day, not that I would find anything new with it, it's just that I could have a fucking fun time watching it. And I mean, for me personally, I've always been a Rob Zombie fan in the music terms, like White Zombie, Rob Zombie. I even love the fact that Rob was able to direct his own music videos in White Zombie. And then you can definitely tell that this film is laced with music video tropes, with the cinematography, the editing, the colour that pops on the screen. But all that also means that it's a love letter back to the 70s exploitative and grindhouse era. And I think that's Rob's niche because that was the shit that he grew up on and loved. And it's great to see him bring something, not so much something new, but to introduce that shit into this new era for people, that never really got to actually watch that stuff. So he's bringing back something to life with that nostalgia factor. I thought was great. Batshit crazy title with an original premise. I fucking love it. It does have themes of obviously Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which everyone fucking says. But I mean, everything's borrowed from something. I mean, you only got to look at Tarantino films. A lot of his films are like borrowed from something that we've never seen and we just think it's new, but it's not. So with House of a Thousand Corpses, it's visually stylish. Nothing too crazy about the cinematography and the way it's shot. It's more so in the visual representation of like the production quality, like the production design itself that really knows how to capture the 70s aesthetic. Then we have the costume department with the characters all dressed up in the fucking get-ups, whatever it is, like standard clothes, but you can definitely just look at it and go, I can pick that from the era itself alone. But the thing that I love the most about not only this film, Rob Zombie's films in general, is that he's able to, you know, create fantastic cult-like characters. Characters that end up becoming like cult-like figures in a horror, in the horror genre. I mean, you think of Sid Haig and you immediately go Captain Spaulding, oh fuck, I know him, I know what he's from, I know what he says, the quotations, and you know, all of a sudden people are dressing up like him at Rob Zombie concerts. Then obviously you got Bill Moseley, he's either Chop Top or he's fucking Otis Driftwood. So, and that motherfucker's done a lot of films. You know, he's done some quality films, but Otis Driftwood's probably the one that, and other than Chop Top, that everyone really knows about. And he gives these characters, like, I personally think a badass as fuck dialogue. A lot of people hate the dialogue. They think it's cheesy. They think it's lame and shit writing. I fucking love it. And that's like what I said before. It's that classic throwback to that 70s exploitative era with a little bit of a modern day twist on some of the shit they say. And I think it really works extremely well. And then when you have Bill Moseley, who's a fucking, like a bit of a psychopath, as Chop Top, and then you sort of try and compare the pair when, even though you shouldn't, but you definitely know what he's able to achieve as an actor, and then you go, oh, that just suits him so fucking perfectly, some of the shit he says and what he does and how intimidating his presence is on screen. He's just so fucking unpredictable, Bill Moseley, and I think it works extremely well for this film. It's absolutely awesome. Obviously, Dr. Satan himself, when we get to see him at the end, I mean, I just really wanted fucking more of him. I wanted to know more of his backstory. I mean, we do get a little bit of his backstory at the start of the film, but we don't know if it's all true or bullshit. Fast forward to the end, and yes, we get to see him, but, you know, I want to see, like, a movie of that by himself. And that was a really cool fucking thing to throw in there too, like the murder mystery ride where Sid Haig explains to people like, this was Ed Gein, this was Albert Fish, and then all of a sudden in this world of serial killers, real life serial killers, Rob Zombie was able to introduce his own little fucking mythology of a character. And I think that worked and tied in extremely well. It was a bit of a thing. If it didn't work too well, it could have fucked the movie up and looked shit. But, yeah, I mean, they gave a fuck ton of money to Rob. He knew what he wanted to do with the vision, the style of the film. And, yeah, I think it's enjoyable from start to finish. I can have a good time. I can laugh my fucking ass off, especially with Grandpa and some of the shit he says and does. Yeah, each character in this is unique in their own little weird and fucked up way, and I love it. So many homages to the fucking horror genre, and I love it. I don't think I have anything else to say about this film. I probably dragged it on a little bit too much. I mean, the violence is absolutely fucking incredible. You definitely get a Leatherface vibe when Bill Moseley. It's actually kind of ironic that Bill Moseley skins one of the characters' dad's face off and wears it. There's a little bit of a homage to fucking Chop Top, I suppose, and Texas too. But anywho, enough of that shit. I've ragged on fucking far too long. I'm starting to stutter and got nothing else to fucking say. So, anyways, your DKB giving it a Gore N More score of a fucking. I'm gonna go. It might be a little bit high for y'all, but I'm gonna go a 4.4. Nah, fuck it, 4.5. I love this film. Fuck it. Anywho, it's your DKB signing out, and I hope you motherfuckers have a good night. Cheers.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
Thanks, DKB. Yeah, fuck it, 4.5.
I love it. 4.5. And you know what? While we're talking about scores, we're going to throw it in there. I believe Bob also gave it a 4.5.
Bob gave it a 4.5.
Yes, he did, right? Yep. All right, so that was a 4.5 from Mr. Amone and the DKBs. So we'll already add those into my handy dandy calculator. All right. Let's throw that down. All right. So let's talk about what Brody brought up. And my biggest thing, and I'm glad he did, is Rob Zombie established a hierarchy of new horror characters and a bunch of them with one film
Mhm.
Yep.
right out the gate. The whole Firefly family, dude. But like, just like the Sawyers or something, like and it's no offense to the Sawyers. The Sawyers to me are more of like Leatherface is his own thing, but then like the Sawyers are like a full like unit. You know what I mean? Where like these ones are like, I feel like these guys could go solo and it wouldn't be an issue either way. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, dude. I
Like
would love to
it's
see
not
a
going to slow
prequel.
them down by any means. Like,
Yeah, I would love to see a prequel to this, showing just like how crazy this family fucking is.
well,
I want a complete prequel with just Dr. Satan.
I agree because I'm
Yeah.
like Brody said, I want to know more of that backstory. We never get it. We
Nope.
never fucking get it, dude. We get 2 more movies
And
and we still get nothing of Dr. Satan, dude.
well, Dr.
there
Satan
wasn't-
wouldn't have fit in the world of Rejects. That's why
They
zombie.
No, I
did
know.
they did film a scene of Dr. Satan though for Rejects and it got cut.
Right, because they said it just didn't flow with the film. And unfortunately, the third one follows even more suit. It's like Rejects meets like Desperado. And
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yep. Definitely the least of my favorite out of the 3, I will say.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, because they went. You know, he started with his first film, went way up here with Rejects, and then just kind of with Three from Hell.
I mean, for me, dude, like personally, like House is still at the top for me. Like that's the one I would prefer to watch out of all of them because it's just like
Well,
because
and I
that one
watched all
I
3 of
don't
them.
need. No, and I will too. I own all 3. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't,
Yeah.
but if I only have time to watch the one,
Oh
you know
yeah,
what I
House
mean?
of
Like
1,000 Corpses. Yeah.
it's that one
Yeah.
all the way.
Yeah, but I
Agreed.
watched all 3 of them back to back yesterday. I have a tendency of doing that shit when we're gonna review a
Mhm.
movie. If there's sequels to the movie that we're fucking watching, I end up watching whatever the fucking sequels are. So I went right into Rejects and then right into Three from Hell, and it's like you said, it's like what it's an acid trip. House of 1,000 Corpses is a fucking acid trip, and then Rejects, you're starting to sober up, and then fucking Three from Hell is just kind of like fuck. What did I do to
3
myself?
for Hell is when you're 40 years old and you're tired all the time, but you need to stay up because, like, for whatever reason. Like,
Dude, and Sid looked so bad in Three from Hell. Like I know he was already like basically on his deathbed when he.
oh,
did
he
Three from
was,
Hell.
dude. It almost felt.
He looks so
I know
bad.
it felt rough watching that. I was like,
It did.
damn, dude. And what's his name that they brought in as the third brother? He always does fantastic, dude. I like
Yeah.
him. I can't think of his name. He actually looks like my Uncle John, which is fucking weird. Creepy as fuck, dude. I was telling my family about that. They're like, what? My dad. I was like, Dad, watch Tremors 7. He's in that. I was like, when he smiles, you'll see it. He's like, holy shit, you're right. I was like, that's but no, like I said, going back to what I was talking about, dude, he made especially 3 huge mainstream horror characters out of one movie, and that's obviously Baby, Otis, and of course the beloved Captain fucking Spaulding, dude.
He's a
Like
fucking
Brody said.
icon.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like Brody said, motherfuckers are dressing up. Case in point, dude. I literally shaved my head. My wife fucking hated that, by the way. But I fucking shaved my head, dude. Like, pick that bitch clean because I was like, oh, I'm fucking committed. You know what I mean? Like, do
Yeah.
it right. That's why I couldn't do it tonight. I was gonna do it, but I'm like, it's gonna just make me want to shave my head, dude. And I'm at long hair point, which I've never been at, so I kind of don't want to do that. But
every character, I think every character in this movie is just great.
Mhm.
Even with the little screen time that they get, you know, especially, you know, Spaulding's whatever he is, his backup man that we never see again in the fucking movie from at the beginning. He was a great fucking character. He just comes in and fucking with this big ass fucking cartoon axe.
now my question is,
fucking-
did that guy really? I wonder if that guy really has that skin issue, or that just they just happen to give that character that. You know what I mean? Like,
Covered in blood.
what? No, dude, that was I thought. No, dude. He had like the dry, ashy skin and stuff. Like it was like where it's like I don't know the name of it.
Like cirrhosis. Or not cirrhosis, psoriasis.
Yeah, that.
psoriasis.
Yeah, like
Huh.
you can see it when
I just thought it was blood. I thought it was like dried up blood on his
no,
arms.
you can like see it when he's put. I mean, maybe I'm totally. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's like
I
chicken
thought it was
blood
just.
or something, and I'm fucking way
knows?
the fuck off, dude. Because like
And
who's slaughtering
man,
chickens
I
all
want
the
some of
time?
that fried chicken. I want
Right.
some of that goddamn fried chicken. It looks so fucking good.
Yeah, man, dude. You know why you need to watch the second one? Because you get to see Captain Spaulding fuck scene.
Oh,
why
that's
you
so
need,
great.
That's why you need to watch that, Chad Daddy.
Did you just call me a whore? I calls him like I see
Like I
him.
see some. Yeah. The man. I mean, is there anything else we want to discuss? Obviously, we all love this movie. Brody loves this movie. I feel like he brought some great extra points to it that we didn't necessarily hit. Anything else before we move it on to Chad Daddy's notes?
Nope.
I
All
mean,
right.
not really. Let's do it.
Chad Daddy, ball's in your court, buddy.
All right, so there's more than one instance where you see a poster for two missing young boys. Those boys were actually pictures of Rob Zombie and his brother as children.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. And of course, his brother is the lead singer of Power Man 5000.
Do you have, by chance, the spots of when they were? Because I'm honestly like I'm drawing a blank of specifically that. Unless it was just in like maybe the flashes that you see like super random for like a second. And you're like, oh, okay.
And I know there was some wanted posters up in the phone booth.
Oh,
The
maybe.
missing poster. There was I guess there was the missing dog head. That was an actual missing poster that Rob Zombie found in New York City, and he put it in his movie.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Like that was a real thing.
That's awesome.
Missing dog head.
Yeah. All right.
All right, so Rob Zombie said how amongst the footage that was in his infamous Lost rough cut of the film, which had to be cut for R rating, there was a lot more violent, disturbing scenes with Baby Firefly, like ones which showed more of her necrophilia tendencies. The scene in the film where she's kissing a skeleton and touching her breast with its hand was one such scene and was much more graphic and longer, even ending with her climaxing, but since the MPAA had issues with moments like these, it was cut.
Well, fuck you. God damn it. I want that. And God
we
bless
will never
Rob.
get it.
God bless Rob for letting us have it.
Yeah. That's the
was like,
sad
"Yeah, I'm
part
cool
though,
with
is
it."
that all these scenes are just they don't exist.
Lost.
Like he's even said they're lost. He doesn't.
As far as he knows, they're lost. I don't know how in depth they've looked. I would say they're probably still around somewhere. I just don't think he's really spent a lot of time looking because Rob Zombie, he's a pretty fucking busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he likes this. I mean, dude, my sister and my brother-in-law just saw him in concert like a couple months back. Dude, you know what I mean? They said he was fantastic. It was
Oh yeah, he's awesome
them,
live.
Power Man 5000, Static X, which they said the dude who's covering for Wayne Static is fucking fantastic. Nobody knows who he is because he wears a Wayne Static mask and he sounds exactly like him. I'm like, I need to go see this. This is fucking great. Like, that's my wife's favorite band.
But by the way, the first concert I ever went to was Pantera and White Zombie.
Oh, dude.
Oh, nice. I never.
That's
got
like
to see
half of my
Pantera.
playlist at work when I'm in like my don't fuck with me mode. Like I just
it was
wanna work.
great. It was great. And I said, you know, Rob Zombie and the White Zombie, they put on a hell of a stage show, but my God, Pantera blew them out of the fucking water.
Well, they probably had a way bigger budget.
I don't know.
Were they? They were
Rob's
the headliners,
stage,
right?
yeah, but Rob's stage show was fucking awesome.
No, I know, dude. But the headliners are always, you know, they get that little bit of extra sauce, dude.
I saw Zombie one time, and it was Zombie and Manson, and it was
Yeah, Brody.
dude.
Yeah, because that I can understand why, Brody, because that moment will never come again.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, it was so great.
Oh, that'd be
And-
so fantastic.
I got to meet Pantera backstage afterwards.
Well, fuck you, Chad. God damn it. Stop it.
Okay, I only got
That's
to meet
awesome.
Rex and Vinny because Dimebag and Phil were too fucked up.
I've met
Big
Vinny.
surprise,
I met
right?
Vinny Paul before. That's he's the only member Pantera I ever met was Vinny Paul.
Really cool guy.
Yeah, he's cool
Word.
as shit.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right. What else we got, Chad Daddy?
Okay, most of the cutaway scenes, Otis torturing cheerleaders, Baby masturbating with the skeleton, etc., were filmed in Rob Zombie's basement after filming Wrapped. He would invite cast members over to his house on the weekends and shoot the footage himself with a 16mm handheld camera. With the exception of the shot of a setting sun, he created the opening credits in the same way.
And I loved it, dude. I like the different like camera setups in between. And I like the see like I said, man, I like the acid trip that this movie is, dude. I love like the weird old stock cut footage, like shit thrown in
Dr.
there.
Wolfenstein.
Mm-hmm. He says the ghost hosts with the most. I
You
was like,
did. I
oh, it's
clicked with that
almost
too.
good.
I heard that. I was like, oh shit.
By the way, Rob Zombie was his assistant in that footage. The one smashing the pumpkin with the hammer.
Oh, nice.
Was it really? That's
yeah,
awesome.
I think it's later in here. Rob was going to play Dr. Wolfenstein himself, but he was afraid he would look too normal. Right? Rob Zombie would be the most normal looking person in the movie.
That's
okay,
awesome.
continue on. In the DVD commentary, Rob Zombie revealed that Jake McKinnon, who played the professor, couldn't see very well in his costume. In the scene where he swings a real axe at Denise, his vision was so bad he could have seriously injured her if she didn't move fast enough. Rob said in his commentary, "We just assumed she would get out of the way."
Amazing.
That was a big axe too.
Yeah, right. Sorry, I'm also looking. I'm doing what Brody requested, so carry on, Chad Daddy. What else?
Okay,
you got,
the
buddy?
actual house is the same house used in the Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, which can be viewed during Universal Studios' tram ride. However, during filming, Universal refused to stop the tram tours, which delayed filming during many scenes.
Damn.
No shit.
Which is funny because Universal Pictures, that was the original production company, refused to release the film, believing it would be given an NC-17 rating. They didn't want that kind of negative imagery.
Just give us an unrated version. God damn it! What the fuck?
Coulda, shoulda, but didn't.
I know.
We'll never know. This was Dennis Fimple's last film. He was increasingly sick with heart disease during filming, and a few of his scenes were filmed with him sitting down. Ultimately, however, he died in a car crash in 2002.
Did you say Fimple?
Yes.
All right. Do. Sorry, I'm singing
That's
songs.
right. Tobe
Who did he
Hooper.
play?
I do not know.
Let me look.
Hey, look that up real quick.
Nope. I like that. Nope. Oh, there it was.
Oh, that was the Spalding's or no, that was Grandpa.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, Hugo. Okay.
Yeah, Grandpa Hugo.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Okay, Tobe Hooper was a fan of this film upon its release. As a result, he offered Sherry Moon Zombie a supporting role in his then upcoming film, The Toolbox Murders, having loved her character. She initially turned down the role as she did not have a desire to be a full-time actress and only appeared in this film because director Rob Zombie was her boyfriend. She eventually relented as a personal favor because Hooper and Zombie were friends. She's not appeared in a film not directed by her husband since. She only had a very short role in the series Californication in 2007.
Interesting. Wait, Californication. Oh, that was the one with David Duchovny, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually watched a little bit of that, dude. That was a hot show.
Oh, yeah?
That was one show I watched, and I was like, bro, there was okay, so there was an episode I remember specifically. So there was a girl from Heroes was in it, and he ends up sleeping with her, and then it turns out she was underage, but she like lied about it. And like her thing was every time she got off, she would punch him in the face. Yeah, I was like, what? And dude, that show, if you guys have never watched it, literally in the first 3 minutes, I don't even want to say 5, I want to say 3. It starts off with him in a church and then like getting a blowjob from a nun, but then it's like a dream, and then it's like that's how the show starts off. And I was like,
What the fuck?
wow, what a way to bring in a show. I was like, all right. Let's keep going.
Oh, God. Now all I can think of is fucking Lords of Salem because of that.
No. See, dude, there's a lot of sex in that show, dude. It was crazy. I was just like, wow, dude, this is like pretty much softcore porn with David Duchovny.
With Duchovny.
Right.
With Mulder.
So it's, I know it's weird, man, because it's such an X-Files thing. Like I was watching X-Files at the same time, and I'm like, my brain almost couldn't fucking handle it. Because I'm like, I feel like this is Mulder, but just Mulder in the later years after Scully bounced and he just got kicked from the fucking FBI. He's like, you know what? Now I'm just gonna go out fucking all these other random women each per episode. It's like, goddamn. All right.
Okay,
About Californication.
in the burial scene towards the end of the movie, when the caskets are lowered into the ground with a tape recorder, the recording is a slowed down clip of Aleister Crowley repeating "Bury me in a nameless grave," which is the opening line from his poem "The Poet," recorded in 1920.
That's awesome. Sorry, Chad. I was like,
I see what you're talking about. Fucking Brody.
Thank you, Brody. I'm not alone.
Goddamn.
Bro, it's a hot show. Like I said,
Okay.
dude, it was like Skinamax level shit. And I'm like, this was on FX? What? How? Maybe it wasn't FX. Maybe it was on something else. Anyway,
I thought it was like Showtime or
Showtime.
something.
It was on Showtime.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that would
yeah, it was
explain
Showtime.
because there's a lot of titties in that show. Anyways,
At one time, it was reported that about 40 minutes of footage was cut out of the film before Rob Zombie finished his unreleased 105-minute director's cut. Some of the known deleted scenes, now this is even before, the version we were talking about. Some of the known deleted scenes which were left out of his director's cut included 4 teenagers on their road trip before they arrive at Captain Spaulding's gas station, and more characters which were cut out completely, including more scenes with the skunk ape, who's only briefly glimpsed in the final film. In 2003, Zombie spoke about releasing some extended version, which would include deleted footage of scrapped characters and all uncut gore and death scenes, but no such version has ever released. Zombie's director's cut was shown once in 2003 in the Argentinian Film Festival, which is why there are many reports of the lost scenes from that version, and nobody seems to have a copy of that anymore. Unfortunately.
I was close. Brazil, Argentina, it's all South America, whatever.
Tomato. They're practically the same thing.
I'm just sad I won't ever get to see that.
It has to be
what?
out there. It has to be out there.
I just need to live with the fact that somewhere in the multiverse, I have seen that, and that version of me is very happy about it.
Yes. Or not.
Also, in the multiverse, there's also versions of us that didn't see the extended waterfall version of Just Before Dawn.
Yeah, but those people hopefully got the actual version of Event Horizon. Awesome.
Man, I'm so sad that we will never get to see that.
There's a lot of stuff like that, dude, where it's just like, fuck. Damn you. Excuse me. All right.
Bless you.
What else we got, Chad Eddie?
When Denise calls her father, there's a missing dog head poster in the phone booth. The exact origin is unknown, but the poster is a very strange real item that was spotted in New York City.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, as Harrison Young's character looks out the window at the children trick-or-treating, you can see the house used in the original The Munsters, located on the Universal backlot. His home is the home that was used in Leave It to Beaver.
Oh, nice. That's why it looked familiar. Like that whole
Yeah,
strip
that whole
looked
block
super
looked
familiar.
like.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie, man. Every time I see that scene where he's like, "Yeah, they're trick or treating tonight because school it's on," whatever. I just love how that neighborhood is decorated, and I just want to be in that neighborhood for real.
Yes.
Like,
Yep.
you know what I mean, dude? Like that is like a neighborhood that went full out every house for Halloween, and they're just all about it. And I'm like, give me it all. Yes.
Dude, that is one of my biggest disappointments is anymore, nobody wants to fucking decorate their house for either Halloween or Christmas.
It's a lot of
I don't know
Christmas-
about around there.
No,
around here, I hardly see any decorations.
Christmas
out.
people go fucking ham around here, which
Not
pisses
around
me
here.
off because like Halloween, there's like there's far and few between, but you can find them. But those are the ones, like, you know what I mean? Like there's the ones that do like a couple here and there, blah blah blah. But there's like a house, dude, like that's literally like a half a mile around the corner of my house, and it's almost too much shit. Like they need to like separate, but they have all the shit from like Depot and Lowe's, like the fucking statues or like the the standing ones, and they easily have probably 75 in a 40 by 20 lot.
Dude,
It's ridiculous, dude.
I wish I had a picture of it because there's a house in this town called Falls Creek, which is about 40 minutes from here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's right up the road from my in-laws' house. Every year they go all out for Christmas and Halloween. And
nice.
they have like the big huge inflatables and everything, but the one year they had the best decoration ever where they took a fucking car, chopped it in half. So it was just the rear half of the car, looked like it was smashing into the house. They had like chunks of the actual siding from the house, like it must have been left over from when they did the house, just
Right, so they had
thrown
extra
about the
shit?
yard. So it looked like it actually ran into the house and there were bodies and skeletons everywhere. It was phenomenal.
So
Wow.
there was a house in a little town that I just was at, and there was cool because, dude, their whole yard and like they had a wraparound porch was just all decked out in like 6-foot skeletons, dude, like full size skeletons, their whole thing. And the best part was they had a little sign from the Munsters where it was like, "Stop coming here. We're running out of space to hide the bodies." And I was like, yeah, like,
Nice.
but it was cool, man. Like theirs wasn't so cluttered to where it felt like, ugh, like you need to take some of that away. Like theirs was like nicely done, where it was just like, oh man, it feels like it's getting attacked by an army of fucking skeletons. But
Ben said, "Oh yeah, well, Scuba has overgrown grass, so take that." Yes,
yeah,
my cemetery is getting overgrown at the moment, which is
now
fine. Whatever.
It's
I
just a
will say,
neglected cemetery, man. It's an
Yeah.
old cemetery. They don't have a groundskeeper anymore.
Part of the decorations.
I'm glad I'm not in the city anymore. But I will say I do miss having the trick or treaters because eventually my daughter's going to get older, and I still like handing out candy. And what a lot of people don't do anymore, and I am all about, is the tiny little walkthrough on Halloween. Like anybody that does that, oh my god, dude, I can't like thank them enough. Like there was a couple we hit a few years ago where like they had like whole tents set up and there was like a whole fucking yard thing. And I was like, this is the best. And I was like, and they still give you candy. I'm like, yo, you don't even need to give us candy, man. That was fucking far enough. I had to talk my daughter 30 minutes just to go in through it because she was so scared. I'm like, there's nothing even in there scary. It's inflatables and shit. It just looks cool.
I am gonna try to build something tomorrow. I saw this really cool Grim Reaper holding a lantern how-to on YouTube, and I was like,
Is it the Mud Reaper?
Yes, and it's
Yeah,
made
I
out
know
of
how to do
chicken
that.
wire and PVC pipe.
Yep.
Yeah,
I want to do that
so
myself.
I'm
We'll have
gonna
to talk
attempt
after the
that.
show about that.
Yeah.
Awesome. Chad Daddy, balls back in your court. Sorry.
Okay, I already mentioned that Rob Zombie considered playing Dr. Wolfenstein himself, so we'll skip that. A scene was cut in the robbery sequence where Spaulding pressed a panic button and it alerted his assistant Ravelli to the robber's presence. That explains why he suddenly burst through the door in his mask with an axe.
Okay.
I mean, that's cool, but yeah, you definitely don't need it.
No.
The random just shock of that dude coming in with the oversized head was good enough.
Exactly. Otis and Baby's bizarre rants during the home movie segments are inspired by the Charles Manson family's supposed home movies.
That
makes
sense.
complete fucking sense.
Yep. Hunting people ain't nothing but nothing.
Excuse me a second.
Oh, absolutely.
Gotta hydrate.
Run, rabbit, run. Just do it.
Sorry, I'm still.
And I love that line so much.
How quotable, right? Like, dude, I quote this movie too much, probably, honestly. But and most of all, fuck you. Like, honestly, it's Sig Hagen more for me than anything.
Yeah.
Fuck your grandma.
That was the
Fuck
best
your
part.
sister.
Right.
Okay, excuse me. The film script was constantly changing, leading to an entirely different ending at one point. Originally, Grandpa Hugo was going to be revealed as the Mad Doctor, who in the rough cut was not even called Dr. Satan.
Nice.
Wait, what?
Yeah, Hugo was originally supposed to be the mastermind, I guess you would say, behind all the
Yeah, but then that's
surgeries and stuff.
Then see, now that's even more like Texas Chainsaw, because where it's like they all like follow.
That's
Grandpa,
what I thought.
Like,
That's what I was thinking too. It works better this way without.
No,
that.
it does 100%.
The original 105-minute version of the film was screened at a film festival prior to Lionsgate obtaining it. The version briefly leaked online to appear to be a website, quickly replaced by the screener. It is extremely rare to find, but the full-length version exists.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to do
Brody
some serious deep digging.
Brody says Spaulding's mongoloid assistant looks like a poor man's Tarantino. He does.
Oh.
Whamp, whamp. That gentleman also passed away, so rest in power.
Yeah, he did pass away too. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, which brings me to this. As of 2021, many of the film's stars have passed away, including Karen Black, Sid Haig, Tom Tolles, Dennis Fimple, Erwin Keyes, Matthew McCrory and Michael J. Pollard. This seems to be a rare distinction for a movie that is not quite 20 years old yet.
Wow, Tom
Yeah.
Tolles passed away? I didn't even know Tom Tolles passed away.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wasn't McRory? He was the first one to pass, right? Because of his condition.
No.
No.
Hugo would have been, because Hugo died in 2002. That was even before this came out.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
he
yeah.
died before
Okay,
the
I'm
movie
sorry.
ever
I'm
came
sorry.
out.
Yep. So he
But I
must have
think
been...
out of them, I think you're right. I think he was the
Okay,
next
so
to go.
yeah, okay. So that's what I should have said after the movie. All right, yeah. Because I know it was like wasn't he only like 28 or something like that? Like he was still pretty young.
I think he was older than that, but
I'm gonna have to. All right. Anyways, anything else, Chad?
this film would establish Sherry Moon Zombie as a scream queen. Ironically enough, she does not like horror films as they scare her too much.
Does this qualify her as a scream queen?
I wouldn't say so.
I don't think so.
No.
I don't know if I agree with that statement.
I
don't agree with it.
always think Scream Queen as like
The final girl,
the final girl.
the victim,
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. All right.
Like, obviously, Jamie Lee Curtis is the first one you think of when you hear Scream Queen, not
Correct.
Sherry Moon Zombie.
You think survivors, not
right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so we could talk about this is the last bit, the original 105-minute version. So a 4 version at the Argentinian Film Festival showed these following scenes. A slightly different version of Captain Spaulding's story about Dr. Satan. He never says what Dr. Satan's real name was, which goes to before what we said where they didn't mention his name. A scene in the back of the car where Baby accuses Mary and Denise of being lesbians. The creation of Fishboy snuff video is omitted. This was shot much later after the film was shelved, in fact.
Damn it.
I know. An extended version of Denise, Jerry, and Mary are tied up in the living room where it is revealed that Grandpa Hugo is Dr. Satan.
Yeah, see, no. I don't. I'm glad they scrapped that.
I
want actual more Dr. Satan.
That's what, like Brody said, that would be the best, We need a Dr. Satan.
And that'd be a trippy ass. Yeah, that'd be a trippy ass movie too.
So actually, I'll save it for when we get to the whole RRRs. So,
all right,
yeah.
Where was I? Baby only stabs Mary 4 times in the original version.
How many times did she stab her in this?
I honestly didn't count.
I was gonna say
it was way more than one.
More than 4.
I was gonna say I honestly didn't pay attention to that.
She went to town on her. It was definitely more than 4 even. Yeah. An entirely different version of the underground scenes. Instead of finding Dr. Satan and the professor in the operating room, Denise finds it full of Dr. Satan's experiments, which have Jerry strapped down and are eating him. Denise is chased through the tunnels by the ghouls.
Okay, so
zombies.
I'm glad
they were actual zombies.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Zombies.
Right. And so Jen was asking me that. She's like, wait, what are those? And I was like, well, I've always assumed they're Dr. Satan's fucking freak show things that he's worked on. And those are just happen to be those weird ghoul variant or cave variants or something like that. And she's like, oh. I was like, I don't know if they're zombies or if they're actually alive.
I wouldn't call them zombies. They just had to resort to cannibalism to survive. That's the only food they know, Al.
And then there's obviously the dude in the bunny suit, I don't think he got tweaked with. I don't think he's ever left the cave.
I think, honestly, I kind of got the impression that he was one of their victims that kind of just got away and didn't actually escape the tunnels.
No, that's what I'm saying. He wasn't, but he never went to the layers. He just is, walking around aimlessly, which he's an older guy, but obviously they don't give a shit. I mean, dude, their house was littered with skulls and everything. You know what I mean? So, but all right. Anything else, Chad Daddy?
In a nighttime prologue, crews in biohazard suits exhume the skeletons in the Firefly's backyard.
I like that.
And finally, the original ending of Denise getting picked up by Captain Spaulding driving the red convertible was that Spaulding was originally driving a large delivery truck, which ended when his assistant, Ravini, appeared again from the back of the truck, grabs Denise, and pulls her into the truck, which is lit with a red light. So that was just a little bit different.
I like the way they ended it.
I mean, I feel like I would have liked that as well. But having Otis in there, like seeing Otis and Spalding in the same shot,
It brings it more full circle. It makes more
Yeah.
sense.
right?
that way.
Yeah, you're like, oh, he is part of the family. Like, damn. Who was the killer with the pickaxe again? Killer
Does he
with-
mean
the
Spalding's
tunnel?
assistant from the beginning?
You
Oh,
talking about
the big mutant
the
guy.
big guy in the tunnel? Yeah.
Oh, so
I always thought
think
that was I thought that was Rufus's dad.
it is.
I think it was supposed to be.
because in when
Okay.
no, is it Rufus's dad? Tiny's dad,
Well,
because he burned Tiny.
oh, that's right. Tiny's dad. Tiny's
'Cause
dad.
he was in
Because
the
Rufus
flat-
has a different dad. Rufus
Yeah,
has a
he was
different dad.
he was in the flashback of like talking about burning Tiny, and that's when it showed like
Yeah.
Tiny having that weird.
But
like,
isn't that the
fucking
professor?
Mhm.
It's
professor?
kind of confusing. Yeah. That's his name, the professor.
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
they call him.
See, that's what I was gonna say with the whole thing. Like you guys talked about earlier, like prequel. If not that he ever would, but give me all that shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like, yeah, we touched on it, but I want to see like him before he got turned into that. Because clearly he got turned into that by Dr. Satan and then came back and burned down the house and shit, dude, which like fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, so there's some crazy long story to that shit. But anything else,
There
Chad?
was some-
That's all I got, buddy.
Oh.
There was supposed to be some shit in there too. I don't know where if it's even true, but when I was looking up stuff yesterday and I read that Otis and there was a scene or something where Otis and Baby were getting kicked out of a cult. They were part of a cult or some shit, and they got kicked out of the cult because they killed like the cult leader or some shit. Yeah.
I can dig that. That feels like a comic one-off or something like that, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and I would totally read that.
That's a side quest.
Yep, that is definitely yeah. All right, so Chad said he is done. Thank you for the behind the scenes, good sir.
My pleasure.
We are on to the main questions, and I feel like we already answered this one, but gentlemen, which format did you watch it on?
DVD.
DVD.
And I got to
Break
tell
it
you,
down.
that PS5 upscaled it beautifully.
Bro. Yeah, the 4K cleans it up super nice, man.
Man,
Like,
I was not for a DVD that's been out almost 20 years. That looked fucking gorgeous.
and I'm not gonna lie, I want to watch it. I'm surprised you almost didn't watch it on your 4K player. But the PS5 is a 4K player.
It's a
so I
4K
don't know
player.
why
It's
yeah.
the 4K player I have is also a Sony, so it's basically got the same internals.
It's the same thing, just can't play the games.
Guys, I need a moment of silence real quick for Brody. Just real quick. I'm gonna shut everybody off for just a split second. Hold on.
Oh,
There we go. I had to show her ass for Brody.
All right.
nice.
All right. Douche of the film. Firefight
Mary.
Flamin, dude. The whole
No,
wait.
Mary.
Oh
No.
Oh.
Fuck her.
Wait a minute. I'm changing the
No.
title. Then
Lil
if
Dick
she
Wick.
wins.
Oh,
Because Little Dick Wick. No. She wins cunt of the movie.
she was.
Because
Yes.
she was just like, I'm like, yo, man, not that it would have saved her by any means, but I feel like the constant bitch facing.
Yeah, she
didn't
was
help.
horrible in every. She was just a total nasty ass
Like,
bitch in every.
You're
scene.
right. Because even as Chris Hardwick, like if I would have been him on that road trip, obviously. Like I would have probably had the same like discretion with her as like he did, where it's just like, she's like, let's not do this. He's like, or we could go. We're like, fuck you.
Yeah, I think I identified.
Yeah,
with
okay.
Bill. So yeah,
I agree.
So yeah, she's the cunt of the film.
Yeah.
And yeah. Douche though. I mean, like I said, like
wasn't
the whole
anybody
family,
really
they're
douchey.
obviously like they're all killers. So I mean, like it's not necessarily douchey. They're
Yeah,
just
but you like them
psychos.
though. That's the thing.
I know they're fucking
You're really
really
rooting for them.
likable. Yeah, which is kind of fucked up in our own sense, I guess. But
Yeah.
favorite kill. Even though it's not a good kill, it's still the pan gun headshot, dude. That's my favorite one, and it
That-
always will
That
be.
is my
I have
favorite
to
kill
agree.
too. But
I have
I'm
to
gonna
agree.
pick something different since
Go
you
ahead.
picked that one.
No, that's fine.
Chad, go first.
no, I agree that, but that
Okay.
I don't know though, because
Like I said,
that would be best scene for me. What was favorite kill?
it can be one and the same. I'm not gonna say it's not, dude. It might even be best song for me too. It might take a triple fucking turkey for me. I don't know.
I'm gonna say for best kill it was fucking Jerry getting dissected by Dr. Satan.
Ooh,
Okay,
that was
that's a good
good
one.
because we actually got some Dr. Satan action. Full
I'll
out.
just say the first kill of the movie. It's my favorite kill with Captain Spaulding, off in those
Oh,
dunes.
and then just sniffing the gun, fucking like smoke. It's like, you know what? Totally Captain Spaulding. That
Yeah.
right there, that's the moment that truly, like, the lines, yes, but that was the moment that for me cemented like that's who Captain Spaulding is. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh,
damn, dude. Ooh, that's a good one, man. I like it. Uh wait, was technically the first one would be Little Dickwick. Is that what you're talking about? Or you're talking about the main guy for Little
I'm
Dickwick,
just
right?
talking that
Or it's
Yes,
scene
yes,
there.
both.
Those two kills together. They both died at
I
pretty much the same
I
time, though.
count it. Yeah, that works. Uh and I feel like honorable mention would actually be the professor because he like was gross and died in that weird like collapse bullshit thing. So I
Mhm.
thought that was kind of all right. Best scene, we already talked about it, dude. It's the whole scene where Slim Wiccan is singing. Just give me that. I can watch that all fucking
I
day.
remember you.
Yeah, you got to get that yodel. The yeah, he was the best yodeler in the film. Which by the way, super random side note, but it seems a little fitting. And I know Scoobs has probably gone on this. Bob's not here, but he's definitely done this. Me and my buddy, we were doing haunts for a long time back before kids and shit like that. And so one of our last years, we did like our, we did fucking chainsaw clowns, but we did them like a little bit more fucked up. Like I had this overly long sweater and I took my shorts and I hiked them up and I pulled down the sweater. So it looked like I was wearing like this weird, like short dress. And yeah, and then I had this weird, like fucked up I had a little mask on my big fucking face just to make it look even weirder. And I used this Slim Wiccan song, but that's what me and my buddy we made our soundtrack for the haunted house based off the idea of only songs around like this. So we went
Yeah.
1950s, 1960s era. So dude, we found ones like there's this one that he loved the best. It was called Jesus is an Atom Bomb. Oh, dude, it was fucking fantastic. And then one that I personally liked, I wish I remembered the name, was it was called Just Walking in the Rain. And that was a fucking perfect. And I'm not gonna lie, dude, like this was kind of in more of an urban setting for sure, dude. So we definitely had like a lot of different clientele than what we're usually used to. So they were coming into this kind of music, and we just hear a lot of people like, "Nope, getting the fuck out of here. I'm not even fucking with this shit, dude." And I was like, because I'm just when I always set up the haunted houses, I always try to think about like me going in, A, what I'm gonna like the most, but B, what's gonna kind of almost freak me out a little bit the most too. And I'm like, yo, dude, it's always when you hear that classic music shit playing in the background, man. That's some shit about to go down. Always, dude. Like that's the killer's fucking like theme music. Like, you know what I mean? Like their fucking lock and load scene or whatever. All right. So opening scene, hook you in.
Oh,
Fuck
God,
yeah,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And I don't
Yeah.
you
Fuck
know
yeah.
what? I don't even know where you guys want to consider the opening scene, but I'm even just gonna go with the Captain Spaulding commercial. You sold me.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
good.
That was it.
That was
And
good.
I was like, and then it ties right in. And I even like the drop down over the whole gas station. Like just you see all the
Yep.
lights. I want that gas station.
Dude, that's
I want
another
to go there, dude.
that goes back to the whole thing with the 4K looking. It just looked the colors
It's
were just so vivid.
good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't
I
even need
want
to
this on-
upgrade. I
I
thought
want
about like
this in 4K, dude, if they had it. But I know it won't
I don't know if
have
it's
the
in
DVD.
4K. I know it's on blue.
I want this in 4K, but I want them to transfer the DVD menus straight over too.
Oh yeah, you have to.
Like, give me still that again. Like, I need Captain Spaulding yelling at me while reading a nudie mag. Like,
Yeah.
all right. So, most attractive character.
Baby.
Baby.
I mean, yes.
Young
but
hot
I'm
Sherry
gonna-
Moon. Come on.
I mean, absolutely yes, but I'm definitely have to get a throw in there with a Mama Firefly just because I'm a dirty bastard and she'd probably talk me into it. I'd be
Oh,
like,
man,
what?
shit.
You'd be like, somebody be like, yeah, but look at her nasty teeth. I'm like, what teeth? You talking about? Teeth there? All right. So then obviously, for the boys, I'm gonna have to say a young Rainn Wilson.
Hmm,
Very attractive.
I'm
All
doing
right.
that.
Yeah. Did the score set the mood? Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. It's
Oh,
Rob
yeah.
Zombie, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Definitely.
And Slim Wiccan and some other shit, dude. We get a little Well, actually, that was Rob Zombie's Brick House, wasn't it? It wasn't classic Brick House.
No.
Oh, shit,
Was it
House
classic
That
Brick
Brick
played
House?
that played over the credits. The one that was in during the movie was the
Right.
original.
You are
Oh,
right,
yeah.
sir. So either way, I mean, you get both.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Zombie's Brick House, though, dude. Okay, so like I do love Rob Zombie and everything, but listening to older Rob Zombie at work, dude, because like I like to blast the stereo. I forget how many times he has women orgasming him on this fucking. It's like every other fucking song, dude, right? So I'm sitting here fucking blasting it at work, dude, just jamming out, and then like the next song, it'll be fucking Brick House, dude. It'll come out and it'll be like, bam, 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 and then you just hear, and then like my boss will always come out and be like, Transac, are you watching fucking porn over there? I'm like, no, it's fucking Rob Zombie, goddamn.
The better one though is the beginning of More Human Than Human.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's like a full on orgasm right there.
Oh my god, yeah. Either way, dude, it's like that meme. And like I said, I love Rob Zombie, dude. I'll always fucking like stand up for the dude. But I still love that meme where it's Patrick from SpongeBob, and it was like, is this an instrument? And it's like, no, Rob Zombie. Women moaning during orgasms is not an instrument,
Fuck
like,
you.
yes,
That's
it
music
is.
to my ears.
Right? Makes me happy. Anyways, all right, best song.
Brick
And there's a
House.
lot to choose from.
Brick House. I love it.
I'm going Slim Wickman, dude. I actually do enjoy that song. I know it's fucked. I know it's weird, but it's like that scene I love so much, and it made me love the song. So it's kind of like it goes hand in hand. But
I get
Brick
you.
House is obviously Brick House is the dude that gets your booty shaking, man.
Yeah, it
Even if
does.
you don't want to, man. Like that's just like the shit you put on at work when you're like, all right, we're gonna have a good time. Well, just fucking getting this shit done. And all of a sudden, like you notice your coworker who would never like he's just fucking dancing a little bit.
Yeah, the song kicks up. I'm like, yeah, I don't care if they're fucking torturing somebody. I'm getting down.
Right?
I'm going to go
Scoop.
with I Want to Be Loved by You. Just because I love that scene where baby's
Oh,
fucking pantomiming that shit.
who actually is it? Marilyn Monroe?
No, that
Who is that? Do we
is
know? I honestly don't know.
Helen Kane.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see more grandpa comedy, honestly.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
I want to
that-
see like
yeah.
the full uncut version of his stand-up routine.
I know.
I
You're
I
going
think
to
it's
wake
out there.
grandma. It probably is. It might be in the fucking deleted scenes or some bullshit. Who knows? All right. So favorite character, Captain Spaulding. That's an easy one. I'm not even gonna.
I'm going
I know,
Otis.
That's fine. Otis is great. He's fucked, dude.
I'm gonna say Hugo. I liked him.
Ooh, also great choice, dude.
I
Put your
love-
mask on, or we won't get dessert.
I just got a kick out of the fucking side, the big ass mutton chops and everything.
I'm glad you brought that up because the whole time my wife was just like, "Oh, he has the ugliest face." I'm like, "Is it his face or is it his sideburns?" And she's like, "Maybe it's the sideburns." I'm like, "They're pretty ridiculous." Like,
I know they were so over the top.
They were like 9-inch sideburns, dude, just coming out right there. Like that was awesome.
He looked like an old fucking He-Man toy with them sideburns, like it was
Fucking
just
A,
sculpted to
man.
the side of his head.
Yes, he did. Oh,
Oh, hi, honey bunny.
Aw.
hey, what's up, now?
Hey.
Alrighty, so was it scary? No.
It was too over the top to be scary, and I don't think it was ever really supposed to be scary.
So, okay, not for me, but there have been a lot of people I've watched this with, and obviously, like growing up, there was a lot of ladies I showed this to, and there was a lot of ladies that did not like this movie. But I don't know if it was necessarily scary, as more uncomfortable with
Yeah.
some certain scenes, which is fair. And some people might view that as, well, that counts as scary. And I was like, well, I guess in the big terms of things, sure, but not what I personally would put under the vein of what I would consider scary. Like I said, that's uncomfortable. It's like, all right, like that's
It's like
like,
Last House on
fucked
the Left.
for sure. Right. Yeah, it's absolutely fucked. It's
Yeah.
But yeah, we're not gonna go there. All
As I
right, so
recall,
does,
we all hated that one.
yeah, it's funny because I actually talked to somebody about that too long ago, and I was like, I went on this whole rant of like how Wes Craven isn't as good of a director as everybody thinks he is, and somebody was like, "What?" And I was like, "Hold on, let me stop you right there before you even fucking to start to like pin me to the cross here." And I was like, I'm not saying I don't love some of his films. I'm like, but let's be honest, if you've gone through his shit, dude, like some of it is legit shit.
Mm-hmm.
Take it as you want it. I don't care. Not every director throws out gold, so go fuck yourself. Like even Carpenter has some fucking like ones in there. You know what I mean? Like They all can't be great.
Ghosts of Mars.
I was just gonna say Ghosts of Mars.
What are you talking about, dude? That's one of his top fucking 3. No. I actually own that too. I don't know why, but nah.
You poor man.
I think it was in the
Probably in the dollar
$5.
bin.
I think it was in the $5 bin, dude. And this was before streaming, and like I was single, and I used to just buy movies just because I was like, fuck it, dude. I'm gonna watch this.
I used to do that too, but I never bought that one.
That was one because I was like, you know what? It's Ice Cube and it's John Carpenter. Let's check it out. And I was like, oh wow, I'll never watch that again. I still have it. Maybe we should watch it. Oh my god, that could be the
No,
new
no.
lowest.
Please no.
That'd be the
please
new
no.
lowest score of Gore N More.
No.
Oh,
no.
John. I did do something this week, and I was going to tell you at the beginning of the show, and I forgot. So this is a little sidebar. So
Okay.
I was watching horror movies on Tubi the other day, and
Mhm.
sometimes they just play into another movie.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely.
I couldn't find my remote, and so Stan Helsing came on.
No.
Ah!
I watched it again, and I
popped up
didn't
for me
hate
the
it.
other-
I
popped
did
up for
not
me the
hate
other
it.
day, dude. It was like, hey,
I
you watch this
laughed.
again.
I laughed more watching it now that I said I hated it than the first time
Maybe
I watched it.
And maybe so maybe that's why I enjoyed it, because I've seen it more than at least like 3 times.
It's just so
So it is.
stupid. I
It's
was
No,
like,
so
I couldn't do
retarded.
it. I couldn't
I
do
don't
it. I
even wanna
can't
say the
watch it
word.
again.
It's so ridiculously stupid. But I feel like I can kind of vibe with that stupid. Like, because sometimes like it's just it's almost like really quirky dad humor, but dirty
yeah,
dad humor.
exactly.
You know
That's
what I mean?
exactly
Like,
what it was. Like the whole Jeepers Creepers scene, I was like, yeah, I would totally do that.
there's just I don't know. It's just one of it's
So
It's-
I just wanted you
yeah.
to know I didn't hate it as much as I did the first time I watched it.
yeah. Thank you, Heather.
I'm,
See, Heather's
I'm
right there.
disappointed. Disappointed in you.
I'm sorry.
Listen,
I'm sorry,
dude.
Chad.
You know what? I almost watched it again the other day because it popped up, because it was like, hey, you watched this before, watch it again. And I was like, you know what?
Don't mind if I
Maybe.
do.
Maybe. I was like, which is weird. Like, I don't know why I have that problem of watching sometimes newer things where I'd rather just watch something that I've already seen
yeah,
before.
yeah,
I don't know
I do
why.
that all the time.
And you know what I've been, when I have just a few minutes here and there, like a half hour to kill, I've been watching old fucking Simpsons Halloween episodes this past week or
Mhm.
so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Well, they've been playing the fuck out of them on Freeform too.
I just pull them up on Disney Plus.
No.
I ain't
I
got time
actually
for commercials.
I actually started watching OG Monsters. So I was like, all right. So back to questions. Does it hold up today? I say fuck
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Acting. I liked it around. I thought
It was
good
actually
all
really
around.
good. The acting was very, very.
A lot of
top-notch.
people like shit on Sherry Moon. I don't know why. I thought she played like a great psychopath, dude. Like,
I mean,
I don't
for
know,
it
like-
being her first acting gig,
Yeah.
like, come on,
Yeah.
she did fucking great.
yeah.
Oh God,
I-
Brody.
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna read out Brody. He just sent a long one here. So he said, when I was in high school, I'm gonna throw this up for everybody to see on the screen here. When I was in high school, our lesbian gym teacher filled in and to take our history class, but obviously didn't know shit. She wanted to put a film on, so she put on Devil's Rejects. Fantastic.
There's the follow up right there.
Bulk titties, so we could watch a reaction to it. It was great. Hell yeah. Dude, honestly, that's probably even though like we talked about earlier, I would say that's possibly the worst one to put out. I'd rather have kids watch House of a Thousand Corpses than Devil's Rejects, because that fucking blowjob scene is very uncomfortable. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know if yeah, that's all I need to say on that.
I let students watch. This was like when I first got in the school district. I let kids watch fucking Blood In, Blood Out in my office.
Hey man, Mr. Grubison let him watch Cujo and Child's Play. So what's up?
That's what I was thinking too.
Ghostbusters reference.
Yeah, I was gonna say Ghostbusters.
All right. So cinematography, we kind of talked about that. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was
much
really
the-
well done.
Not all like Brody said, like, it wasn't anything per se on the cinematography, but a lot of the stuff, it was more the clothing, all that good stuff. Like you definitely felt like it was 70s.
Well, it's like
Um,
a very video, like you said, it's like a music video. It's like a long ass
mhm.
music video.
Brody said he was carrying around Devil's Rejects in his bag just in case of emergencies.
Fair.
I'm,
You
I'm
know what?
curious as to what
I think I did that with this movie. Like, dude, I had it in my car at all times for some reason. I don't know why. Because like somebody's like, man, what do we want to watch? I'm like, well, I got 1,000 Corpses in my car. They're like, what's that? I'm like, hold on. Fucking just, you know
you're
what
about to find out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me teach you the gospel of Rob Zombie.
Fucking right, dude. All right. So, and did you like the premise? Fuck
Yes,
yeah,
very
dude.
much
We've already
so.
said it a million times. Give me more. All right. Recycle, rewind, remake, or reboot. I'm going to rewind this bitch and give me more. That's all
Yeah.
I'm going to ask. But don't
Rewind and
give
give
me.
us a goddamn prequel.
Yes,
Yep.
give us a prequel. Thank you. I'm sorry, Sherry Moon's not going to be able to play a younger version of herself. They're going to have to find somebody, but
Oh no, I think
Or
it should
they
be
could
Well, I would
even
say
way,
like
way before
teenage.
that.
Make them
Oh.
like younger, like little kids, like 10, 11, maybe 13 years
ooh,
old.
so we're going to get a in prime Spalding.
Yep.
I like it. All
So
right. Who?
I had my buddy Kevin do a dapper Captain Spaulding because he didn't want to shave his head. So he had like a comb over and full beard. Dude, I was like, I had this idea. I was like, do a dapper Captain Spaulding. It could work on screen. It could work on screen. I'm just
I
saying.
like
Gentleman
where you're,
Spalding.
I like
Yep.
where you're going with it, dude. I like where you're going with it. I feel like he'd have more of a, I don't know, trying to go off of personality wise, like what his haircut would have been if he had hair. But Sid
Is that
Haig's
thing
been
too.
bald for like since the 60s. So
Yeah.
If they did, because this takes place in 77. So if they did this back in like 57, maybe.
Kaufman is a young
20 years
Spalding. There you go.
But he doesn't have hair either.
He doesn't need hair. Hey man, I got buddies that were bald in the 30s. Fuck it, dude. I got a spot myself. Anyways,
Mine's thinning. You can tell.
so yeah, like I said, rewind this shit for days. I'm all for this movie. I don't care. I'll gladly stand on this hill and fucking die on it.
Yep.
I love
Rewind.
this movie.
Oh, hey
Well,
guys,
you got us
just
there
real
with you.
quick. I kept meaning to bring this up in my slice of life, and I forgot all about it until just now. And we mentioned going bald. You know, I've officially accepted that I'm getting old. And you want to know why? Because when I went to my last doctor's appointment a few weeks ago, my doctor asked me the one thing that every man dreads hearing, but you know it's eventually coming. She wants me to
Finger
schedule
in the butt.
colonoscopy.
Hell
Welcome
yeah,
to the
dude.
club.
Usually when you hit 40, that's when they start asking you.
It's my dad's fault.
So
It's my dad's
before
fault
you-
because he had colon cancer. So she wants me to
before
get
you
it checked
watch it,
because it's
or
very
before you
genetic.
go, like the day before, watch the Letterkenny episode about that. It's fucking hilarious.
All right.
Is it better than John Mulaney's story?
Yes.
Really? Because that's a
Hmm.
fantastic
Yes,
bit.
it is. His
Alright.
his bit's great. It's fucking great. Don't get me wrong. But the Letterkenny episode, I don't know if you've ever watched Letterkenny or not, or even
No,
know
I
what
haven't.
Letterkenny is. Okay. Just Canadian Hicks.
That's
That's
fantastic, dude.
the premise of the show, but it's fucking great. But the episode about that's what they do. You gotta fucking watch it.
All right, gentlemen, we're gonna rate this bitch. Brody gave us a 4.5. Bobby gave us a 4.5. Bob's not here. But Chad Daddy, what do you got, buddy?
I'm gonna go in a little low, but I'm still gonna give it a solid 4.
Solid 4, dude. That's not low by any means, honestly, out of scale of 5 still. So.
I feel from what you guys are gonna rate it, I'm gonna be the low man, definitely.
Possibly. That's all right. There's always gotta be one. Scuba, he's thinking hard.
Really?
Solid 5.
I
Okay.
love
I don't know
fucking
about that.
movie.
All
I
right,
love this fucking
Wow.
movie. There is
That's fine.
nothing wrong with this movie for me.
Okay.
Nothing.
So, all right. Now, I had this internal discussion coming in because I was like, I want to rate this fairly. Now, me personally, this is a top 5, like I said, because it's in my top 5 for Halloween picks. So I would give it a 5 out of 5 for me. But seeing we're kind of judging this based on actual, like, kind of film stuff and everything like that too. And even though my judging of film versus other people, like, you know, way fucking different. Like I said, but I like the whole thing. I'm still going with a 4.5 with the rest of the boys. I feel like,
That's fair.
you know what I mean? I like the trippy stuff, but like Chad said, it took him out, and I can definitely understand why that would, and it would take other people's out too. So I'm not saying it doesn't have flaws.
Unless you're like us and have ADHD and you're like, yeah.
And that's why I feel like it works for me, because I'm just like, it's keeping my attention. And I'm like, all right. So we're gonna give that a 4.5. Divide that bitch by 5,
And it should be
which gives us a 4.5.
4.5.
That's what I figured.
Fucking Brody
Who would've-
on it
I
again.
will say, I will say, I did not fall asleep once during this film, unlike
Nope.
last week's venture.
All right. So speaking of last week, what are we doing next week?
Next week, we are going back in time again and watching the original classic House on Haunted Hill. And I'm so tempted to put up on the remake instead. But come on, Vincent Price, we got to get him in here. At one point.
Whose pick is this?
This is my pick, buddy.
I'm fine with either one, buddy. It's. I mean,
I want to go OG on this.
Okay,
I really do. I've actually never seen the original version.
I saw a little bit of it when I was a kid, but I've never seen the full version. So let's see what it's.
I know
it's
there's
on,
a scene.
There's
There's
a
a
on
scene.
Roku, Pluto, Tubi.
It's. I almost want to say I think it's public domain, so I think it's everywhere.
It's not rated.
No, before the ratings board.
It was before ratings.
And
This
it's
came out
public
like 50
domain.
This
So
came
you're
out like
saying we
52
could
or
almost do
53.
a watch along?
Could, I think.
Well,
I
why
mean,
don't we
if
just stick
did
with
a watch
normal?
along,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, if we do a watch along, then what we could do is just do our questions real quick, give it a score, and then
Well, yeah, that's what we did with
Yeah.
Night of Living
Yeah,
Dead.
but we'd all seen Night of the Living Dead numerous times before that.
That's true. I
never
do
seen
kind
this.
of. Yeah, I've never also seen. Yeah, okay. Let's keep it normal format.
Yeah.
then, because I would like to. But maybe it's one we do farther down the road again if we actually like it.
Yes, House on Haunted Hill is public domain. Yes, that is confirmed.
That's awesome and good to know. I mean, shit, we could always even have it playing in the background at super low volume, so it's just playing. Well, we got it. Okay. So, and that'll be 1959. So we're going even. This will be our oldest movie on Gore N More. No
and
shit.
This is William Castle,
Awesome.
the gimmick master.
Awesome. Alrighty, gentlemen, we are on hour 53. I only have very little nerd news, so I don't know what you guys have.
I got
We'll
nothing.
All right, cool. We'll move it on to nerd news. And actually, it's kind of cool news, and I'm glad Brody's here. But we might have some new episodes of Fatality coming up.
Oh, baby.
Instantaneously, because tomorrow the new MK Legends drops, Snowblind, which the last MK Legends fell a little flat for me towards the end, as well as Chad, Daddy, and Brody. But you can catch that our review of that on Fatality. That was our last bonus episode. But this one is more based around Kenshi, and from what I've seen, Old Man Sub-Zero, to which we've never really gotten. And apparently at some point he becomes so powerful he's almost an ice god. And I'm like, bro, I'm fucking sold. Hell yeah. And on top of that, because it's the 30th anniversary, which I kind of want to almost have an episode just for that alone and talk about how the fans almost kind of got shafted on this one, because really there was nothing besides a fucking like, hey, here's a little fucking YouTube video celebrating 30
I'm
years.
so fucking pissed off about that.
Which the video in itself, hands down, was fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It was cool as shit. The transitions were awesome, but that was it. But they did give us an announcement. We are getting another MK Legends, and this is definitely one for my bank, because it's going to be a Johnny Cage fucking
centric
themed
movie.
Yep. Centric movie. And I believe it's called Cage Match.
Yeah, that's it.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yep. Which Joe McHale is an amazing voiced Johnny Cage. So I'm all about that. And
oh, fuck.
Hopefully we got more news of the actual other MK, the actual second movie coming up. So like I said, I got to get with Brody and might be able to churn out a few more episodes here. Maybe even start a second season. We'll see.
Man, I can make myself available.
Fuck yeah, dude. If anybody, I mean, I'm always down to have
like,
everybody on there.
Because I would love to talk about what I brought up to you the other day about MK Nitro.
Nitro, yeah, dude. I mean, there's definitely there's always more extra shit that I'm sure I missed, because if I could redo the show, I totally would, and I would make it shorter episodes and break shit up a lot more to expand the longevity of it, obviously. Right. But obviously, can't do that. So But yeah, dude, like I'm always down. Like obviously I wouldn't try to pump it out like on a weekly basis like we did and stuff like that, or bi-weekly, whatever. But maybe just like a once in a month kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Because until actually like a game drop, like I'm all down with NetherRealm, but NetherRealm's still being sneaky with shit. Like nobody knows what the fuck they're dropping, whether it's an MK game, a Marvel game, or something completely fucking different. Or
Yeah, and
maybe
Ed Boon loves teasing people with
yeah. I had a debate with our Pete Ward, the gentleman who pops in every once in a while, because he hates Ed Boon for being a troll. And I was like, well, that's kind of why I love Ed Boon.
Yeah,
Is
I'm with
because
you.
Ed
I'm
Boon
with
has
you on
been
that.
a troll, a hardcore troll for 30 plus years, dude, and he's never given up the game. And I love it. Like,
Definitely.
I'm personally hoping for Injustice 3, but bro, if NetherRealm comes out with a Marvel game, I will fucking like shit a brick because fuck yeah, dude.
I
I
think
can't-
almost the way Injustice 2 ended, they almost owe us an Injustice 3.
Fuck yes, they do. I need Injustice 3. And now that like DC, like with just like the animated universe on top of like cinematic, bro, there's no way they're not bringing like Constantine in Injustice 3. You know what I mean? Like, come on, dude, give me it.
Dude,
Yeah,
I didn't think
Swamp
we were,
Thing and shit.
we were lucky we even got Swamp Thing, for God's
Swamp
sake.
Thing is fucking awesome, by the way,
yes,
dude.
he is. But still, my main is still Harley Quinn because she's so fucking fast.
If for Injustice 2?
Yeah.
My main is Michelangelo, and I also really you know who I like, and it pisses everybody off, but this is how I play fighters. I always pick the stupid, like, weak characters because I'm like, no, man, I want to be good with the shitty characters. And I'm not saying he's shitty, but as a character, I feel like he's kind of shitty, but I always go with Captain Cold. Because Captain Cold is fucking nasty, dude, if you get him fucking moving. A lot of people do not like him because he's kind of like, he's very defensive. But I kind of like him like that because it's all about tricking your opponent into trying to attack you. And you're like, oh, froze, bitch. What up? So he's like a reverse Sub-Zero. He's always like, oh, and he froze again. Oh, he froze again. Like, yeah, dude, just
nice.
I don't know. And then obviously you can get the cool like costume variant where you're like, I'm Mr. Freeze now. Ha! What up, DC? Using your same characters twice. All right, so yeah, that's all I got for nerd news. Was a bunch of Mortal Kombat shit. I don't know if you guys got anything.
I just want to mention that not only was this weekend the 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat, it's also the 25th anniversary of another favorite franchise of mine, Fallout.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Damn. That's
Yeah.
right. Fallout's been going out for a fucking hot minute, dude.
Yeah.
War never changes. Fucking right, dude.
War never changes. Fucking
Sweet.
love it.
There was a lot of Fallout cosplay this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah, that was nice. What's up, Chit?
Not that it's nerd news. Not that it's nerd news, but I did drop an episode of Somewhat Supernatural.
Oh, perfect.
Season
that's
3.
great.
Season 3 has started.
Birdie
Awesome,
brought up
awesome.
Hellraiser. Do you guys want to talk about that, or you just want? You know what?
I haven't
John
seen
hasn't seen it yet, so
I haven't seen it.
We'll
so,
table
yeah.
that.
And I don't know if Bob has.
I
but
will
maybe
just say
it's
I
been-
fell asleep 3 times.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't, but I had to pause it a couple times because
Maybe I'm just getting old and I can't fucking. But I was coming off of the high of watching Terrifier 2, and
Totally two different vibes of movies. Dude.
I know.
Of the
and I
two
think-
main things I watched this weekend, though, Werewolf by Night was definitely the better of the two.
Ooh.
I absolutely
did.
loved it.
I don't even think I mentioned it because I don't think I mentioned it last week, but I did watch The Munsters finally, and it's awesome. And then I bought it. Or actually, I bought it and then
Fucking
watched
great
it.
movie.
It's not like terrific by any means, and I know there's a lot of hate on it, like for a lot of different reasons.
I just think people don't understand what the Munsters really is. The ones that are hating on it.
It's corny, it's hokey, and it's over the top, and it makes me giggle like stupid, like belly giggle dad stuff. Like,
because that's
it's
exactly what the Munsters was like.
Right. And that's what I said. I'm like, I feel like it hits the nail on the fucking head. Yeah, dude, he's not Fred Gwynn. He's never gonna be fucking Fred Gwynn. You know what I mean? Nobody's gonna be fucking OG monsters. And they're not gonna try to be because they shouldn't be.
Yep.
But a lot of people, I had this discussion with one dude who ragged on this. He's like, I just didn't like how over the top they were. I'm like, bro, you got to take it as, listen, man, they're not like sullen working parents at this point. They're essentially like, they're not teenagers, but they're in their eloping stage. So that's why they're younger, more like crazy. Like, I'm like, I'm like, dude, by the time we're actually watching the OG series, like Eddie's like 9, 10.
Mm-hmm.
So Herman's kind of, they've been beaten down by parenthood a little bit by that point. Plus they got the niece living there. You know what I mean? Like I said that and he goes, actually, that kind of makes a lot more sense when you put it like that. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm just trying to think like, I'm like, maybe it's making excuses for it, but at the same time, like, that's just how I kind of looked at it. Like Grandpa was fantastic, dude. Like Scoob said, he sells the fucking movie. I thought it was cool how it was shot. A lot of people didn't like how it was shot, but it was shot like the TV. It was shot like a really close, weird, like, I don't know the exact terminology you would say for the TV that style shot, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll give it a shot. I mean, something I can watch with the kids.
and that's the biggest thing, dude, is like you can watch it with your kids, and there's some stuff in it that's like adult humor, but it's not like terrible by any means, and it's nothing bad, or nothing worse than like Pixar puts in there and shit like
Dude,
that.
man,
You know what I mean? So
me and my youngest daughter watched this cartoon called Bluey together.
Bluey.
You watched it? Did you know?
Yes, but that
Dude,
shit gets dark, dude, for a little
I
kids
love that
cartoon,
show.
but it's
And there's
awesome.
this one episode where the whole episode is just the parents hungover and the kids wanting to play with them, and the parents they're hungover the whole time because it talks about them going to a party the night before.
I always saw my wife had to show me one episode where the husband was being super interrupted when she was trying to get the kids to bed, and the husband just kept fucking with shit. And I'm like, that's not me at all. What are you talking about? It's like playing with some stupid
Was
puppet.
that Unicourse?
Yes.
Where he has the puppet?
And I even hate that we're having this conversation right now. No, we're
It's
done.
a total dad thing, yeah.
Oh, this is a weird dad moment. Of
By the
Gore
way,
N More.
they dropped 2 new episodes on Disney Plus this morning.
Oh boy. No, the only
And
thing I'm watching on Disney Plus is
they both revolve around farting.
awesome. So everybody tell your Alexa to fart. No, the only thing I want to watch on Disney Plus, or at least finish watching, is Werewolf by Night, because that was amazing for what I saw. So
Yeah, it's really good. You gotta
Awesome.
finish watching it.
all righty, so next week is House on the Haunted Hill from 1959 with Mr. Vincent Price. I'm excited. Never seen
I'm
it.
excited. I've never seen it. I think it's gonna be fun.
Get your popcorn ready. Who knows? Maybe we'll be playing it in the background with the volume down just for the fuck of it. So when it comes to a scene, we're like, oh yeah, this fucking spot. Here,
I got my TV right there.
Well, I'm saying no, dude. If it's public domain, we can literally pop it up and put it on
that's
iBar
right.
here. Yeah. Maybe that's too distracting. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But Chad Daddy, you want to start us off on our sign outs, buddy?
I'd be happy. This is your Dark Lord of Knowledge, your Chad Daddy saying, join us next week on The Haunted Hill.
This is your host with the ghost, the Prince of the Paranormal, the Duke of the Dead, Lord Scubacabra, saying, hasta mañana, mi amigos.
Ooh.
And this is the Fluff Master Supreme, Mr. Big Johnny D, saying, adios, Gorehounds. And also remember, stay fresh, cheese bags.
Penis.